70 on the board, and then the captains, who would look like up until that 17th over, were in that game, but then came that 18th over. That 18th over, just the one run coming off it.
Yeah, even the 18th and 19th over, 12 balls, only one run. One run,
yeah,
and 3 wickets almost, fell down. So it looked like as if they were not able to understand what's happening, what's going wrong. It's only the normal turn what you could see, which is a slow turn, which is sometime it gets difficult because they was chasing a particular target. They just kept on building the pressure, and because of that pressure, you could see the collapse.
And then came the experience of Ankit Rajput, right? That 19th over, maiden over, and plus you get 2 wickets as well in that over.
Yeah. So that is one of the reasons why, once that target seems to be going away from you, then it gets really difficult to make a comeback. And definitely the last over on this kind of pitch, it's difficult to get 20-25 runs.
We were talking about that opening combination and how crucial that opening combination will be tonight. Because when you take a look at that opening combination on day 3, the South African and West Indian pairing, 61-run partnership as well, they really set up that game in the first 6.
See, this is very important. That's what, every team should be looking upon. If your opener is going to attack, it's going to be easy because the ball is new. The ball, you get to see even bounce. It's something which is like every batter would love to have when he goes in and when he tries to play a few shots. And that's what was happening. So they were taking advantage of that condition.
So what, you're chasing what? If you're batting first right now, try to get a run rate of at least 8 and over in that first 6. Try to get comeback close to 50.
Yeah, absolutely. In 6 overs, I think if they can get 50-60 runs and if only 2 or 3 wickets, fall down, I think it's not going to be that difficult after that. But after the ball gets sold, once the spinner's being introduced, you have to just rotate the strike. The more you're going to play dot balls, it gets more difficult.
All right, but now when we said dot balls, right? And now we say Bharat Chipley, the two don't go hand in hand. Just the way you saw him play on day 1. I met him in the hotel as well. I said you were hitting that ball like a basketball. He said, I'm playing after 7 months. None of us understood what happened, but we spoke to him before this one.
I like this format. I'm known to hit the ball hard.
Bharat Chipley does what he does the best.
I would like to say that I can call myself a T20 batter or a white ball format more because my game is like that aggressive intent I have from ball 1, and I like the ball coming onto the bat. I like to hit big shots, and I practiced it. That's why I think keep getting those shots properly and still continuing this format of the game.
Flicked. Wow! Bharat Chipley.
As an opening batter, my mindset is to keep hitting the ball. First is to look for 6. Then if I don't get, it's a boundary, and then a 2 and a single. It's like that. 6-4, 3-2-1. It's like that. T20 has changed a lot over the years. Now you've seen the way they're hitting it. 250 runs. The attitude is the same. The intent is the same. That is what I am trying to bring to the table.
And he's not stopping the big swing. Over long gone. That's massive. 6 runs.
Power hitting basically comes from the whole body. It's like getting the side-on movement going through towards the ball and looking at the ball, watching the ball hard and getting the swing right. If you get the swing right and hold the bat properly in your hand, if the bat doesn't move and you hit the ball, then you can clear the ball easily.
Again, the flick finds a space, couple of bounces, 4 more to Chipley.
See, if I'm batting first, I don't look at the scoreboard much. If we are chasing, you have to keep an eye as to how much runs and how much balls are there. Otherwise, you won't chase the target down easily. So you have to keep the target in your head. You need to know when to attack, when to rotate the strike, and when to get the boundaries. That's when you will become a good chaser. I prefer to hit it in the V. I don't play the scoop or the reverse scoop. I don't know how to play. I've not practiced it also. I somehow don't get the right feeling. I feel from my strength is hitting straight down the ground, over mid-wicket, the pull shot and the hook shot, which I'm very comfortable with. I pack that and I get into positions so that I can play that shot easily. The one shot middle overs, leggy was bowling. It was too full. Then I converted into over deep mid-wicket for a 6. That was too full. I got the elevation, I got under the ball and I got the elevation. It was a full-end delivery. That gave me a lot of confidence and happiness.
Goes for it again. Just the self-confidence.
Interesting. You don't get to hear that too often. In modern day cricket, you don't want to use those modern day shots. You want to play traditional cricket. Whatever it is, it was wonderful to watch. Because Rajat, when you saw him out there in the middle, the one thing that really stood out was everything was from the middle of the bat.
Well, this is a good thing actually. And as you said, like playing after 7 months, I think some cricketers are like that. They don't want to practice. Especially, the more you practice, it gets more difficult for them. But he's one of the guys who is a naturally talented guy. He can hit the ball really hard and he's got that kind of ability who can clear the ropes at will.
Yeah, in between he's a commentator as well. Then he's come out to play a bit of cricket as well. He plays in Hong Kong. He plays the Super Sixes. And now, of course, hopefully, he's looking to do things right for the Mumbai Spartans. Now, of course, yesterday or day before when you saw the India Tigers, you saw there was that partnership between Kuldeep Hooda and Pawan Negi. Pawan Negi in particular, you hear all the sound in the stadium. It's come for Pawan Negi because he's the local boy. And suddenly the occasion becomes a lot more.
Well, yes, people wait for Saturday and Sunday. So that could be one of the reasons. And I'm very sure today and tomorrow there'll be many people coming here and watching this game. Watching your local hero is something, is like a dream come true. And I would say a lot of people going to come, especially if Pawan Negi, as a captain of the team, is being promoted. So they have given him the captaincy of this team, especially because of the last match performance.
Yeah, 100%. And it's so good to see that you've got so many people coming in. Let's just take a look at that partnership. Because that partnership came at a time when the India Tigers desperately needed someone to put up their hand and take responsibility. And while we're waxing lyrical about Pawan Negi, the bulk of the hitting was done by Kuldeep Hooda.
See, this is something which we need to understand, that someone has to give a good start. But at the same time, the people who are coming in the middle, they should have a small or a partnership who can take the responsibility, and that's what both these guys were doing. Hooda, especially, slow starter, took his time, but after that, when once Negi was there with him, he was having that kind of confidence that there is someone, and they actually turned the match around.
Yeah, Hooda, of course, was chatting with us before the game as well, and I happened to grab a bit of that interview, and he said it's basically called situational awareness. I could go about saying I prepared this, I prepared that. But when I go into the middle of the field, what the situation demands, that is how I have to react.
See, I always say that no matter where you play, you have to just go spend some time, even if it is a T20, even if it is a T10 cricket. I would say you should go there, watch the condition, then you should follow your instincts. The more you think about too many things by watching the game, sometimes it can confuse you. But if you go in, analyze the situation, then you can always respond better.
Avoid the data. Avoid the data. No, we'll play the playing 11 now for you. As far as both these teams are concerned, Rajat, players you would look out to, you would watch right now in this Mumbai Spartans 11?
Well, Mumbai Spartans, I'm very sure Rahul Yadav is there, Mausif Khan is there, Manan Sharma, he's one of the guys who can always give you something with the bat. Amit Verma, he turned, the previous game
really
he played, he bowled really well.
Yeah.
And Shri Shant, Karyappa, the mystery guy. So these guys can always change things around.
The other side, let's take a look at India Tigers squad, because clearly if there's a title favourite, it is this 11 coming in front of you.
Well, yeah, they have a very good spin attack. They have Jeevan Mendes, they have Shatab Jakati, they have Amito Singh who can ball also, and he can give you in batting end. And Pawan Negi, as a captain, he can always give you something which is like required, especially when you are under pressure.
Yeah, that seems like a solid lineup, isn't it now? So just a reminder what's happened at the toss. It is the Mumbai Spartans, led by Sri Sant, Pawan Negi, captain of the India Tigers. The Spartans have won the toss. They've said we will do what everyone else has done, which is to win the toss and bat first. All 3 games so far in Legends League 4.0 have been won by the team batting first. So Mumbai Spartans would be hoping that they can open their account in this tournament by batting first, put up a good score. What are you looking at? 160, 170 again, not hoping for more than that?
See, 160, 170 is a very good total on this pitch. 160 and 170 is like 190, 200 on this pitch. But I would say they should not be thinking about 200. They should be thinking, okay, we should just analyze the situation, play with a new ball and then give a good start. Step by step, if you keep going forward, then definitely you will reach your destination.
Sir, banda padhai karke aaya hai. Banda kya padhai karke aaya hai? Padhai ye karke aaya hai ki more than 60% of the wickets so far in this league in the first 3 days have fallen to spinners, and you expect the same sort of thing happening today again?
See, that's what every team is going to do. I'm sure Tigers will introduce their spinners really quick, but by the time they'll introduce, you have medium pacers, so you can always give an attack to these medium pacers.
Is Sreesanth bowling more than one more over or not tonight? We will get to know in some time from now.
Especially there has to be a total in front of you, then only he's going to bowl.
100% there has to be a total in front of you. Raja, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Just a reminder again, this is match number 4 of Legends League 4.0 coming your way. And we're coming from this very beautiful Indira Gandhi Stadium where people have come out in big numbers. They've come out to watch the local boy, Pawan Negi. And his team is the one that is going to be bowling first. Remember, they won their first game. The Mumbai Spartans started things off in Legends League 4.0. They ended up on the losing side. However, they won the toss. They can set the tone. They can get the total going. Bharat Chiplia on my side is the one who's getting ready to come out there and go all guns blazing. In all, do not miss this one at all. Small little break. Match on the other side.
Welcome back to the K Raza Legends League 4.0. Match number 4, the Mumbai Spartans taking on the India Tigers. Here from the Indira Gandhi Stadium in Haldwani with the beautiful Himalayas in the background. We've lost them in the darkness now, but we have not lost the enthusiasm of the fans who are absolutely loving that this is where they get to spend their Saturday night watching the legends in action out there under the floodlights. Number 4, match number 4, with so many more matches to come in this tournament. That's what's so exciting, but bringing all the action here from the Indira Gandhi Stadium in Haldwani. And what a wonderful place it is to play cricket. Well, match number 1 was when we first saw the Mumbai Spartans in that first game on day 1 where they lost to the India captains. The captains putting up 150, and we thought that looked a sort of subpar score, but the Spartans, they were done by the spin in the end, and they were all bowled out for 127, losing by 23 runs. So looking to get their first points on the board in K Raza Legends League 4.0. Well, the Tigers, it's been different for them. They already have their points. They won their first game playing in match number 2 against the Royal Riders Punjab. They put up 168 batting first, and they could only manage 148 in the chase, so the Tigers winning it by 20 runs on that day. So they've got points in the bag. And we're going to head now downstairs to Kuldeep.
India Tigers were in a spot of bother in match 1, but then a big partnership between Kuldeep Hooda and Pawan Negi which saved the day for them. And one of those heroes is standing by with me. Kuldeep, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. ये बताइए कि आपने काफ़ी बड़ी पारियां खेली होंगी T20 क्रिकेट में, लेकिन उस दिन के खेल का कुछ अलग ही मज़ा रहा होगा क्योंकि विनिंग कॉज में एक अच्छी पारी आप खेले.
सर, पहले तो मैं आपका धन्यवाद बोलना चाहूँगा कि आप लोगों ने मुझे इतना इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे मुझे बोलने का मौका दे रहे हैं आप लोग. वो मैच सिचुएशंस पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप अगर अच्छे प्लेयर के साथ आप खेल रहे हो तो आपको एक सिचुएशन रीड करना आना चाहिए. तो जब मैं बैटिंग पे आया था तो हम लोगों का 64 या 66 फॉर 5 था आई थिंक. तो वहीं से हम लोगों ने प्लान ये किया था कि हम लोग जितना हो सकता है डीप लेके जाएंगे मैच को, कि 18 ओवर तक 17 ओवर तक खेलते हैं हम लोग, फिर देखते हैं लेट्स सी कि कितना बनता है हम लोगों का.
अमूमन हम देखते हैं T20 क्रिकेट की जो बैटिंग पारी होती है वो 3 भागों में आप विभाजित कर सकते हैं कि आप शुरुआत में पावर प्ले में ज़्यादा अग्रेसिवली खेलें, बीच में कुछ रन्स अक्यूमुलेट करें और फिर आखिर में बिल्कुल ताबड़तोड़ बल्लेबाजी करें. तो कौन से फेज़ में आपको सबसे ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है?
सर, मैंने आपको पहले ही बोला कि सिचुएशन के हिसाब से अगर आप खेलते हो क्रिकेट को तो मेरे हिसाब से उससे बेटर कुछ भी नहीं है. अगर 6 ओवर में अच्छा स्टार्ट मिलता है तो फिर हम लोगों को उसी के साथ पूरे मैच में जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि T20 क्रिकेट में अगर आप एक बार गेम में हो और फिर आपने दूसरी टीम को चांस दिया गेम में आने का तो आप लोग पीछे हो जाओगे. फिर
ये बताइए कि T20 की आपकी पहली मेमोरीज़ कौन सी है? सबसे पहले जो T20 आपने देखा या खेला, क्या याद है?
सर, T20 तो मेरे ख्याल से पूरे हिंदुस्तान को पता होगा. जो हम लोग 2007 में वर्ल्ड कप जीते थे वो सबसे मेरी बेस्ट मेमोरी है, क्योंकि उसी टाइम से T20 क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था.
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि आजकल के T20 क्रिकेट में बहुत ज़्यादा इनोवेशंस देखने को मिल रही हैं, अलग किस्म के स्ट्रोक्स भी देखने को मिल रहे हैं. तो आपने अपने खेल को कितना डेवलप किया है पिछले कुछ सालों में?
सर, मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि T20 क्रिकेट है, मॉडर्न डे गेम है ये. और इसमें अगर आपको जितना भी हो सकता है आपको बेटर शॉट्स आपको अप्लाई करने पड़ेंगे आपको, क्योंकि रन बनाने हैं. क्योंकि बॉलर एक फेज़ में ऐसा आता है कि बॉलर आपको आउट रन करना चाहेगा कि भाई कोई ना बना पाए रन, तो आपको उसके लिए डिफरेंट शॉट्स आपको प्ले करने ही पड़ेंगे.
अच्छा, मॉडर्न आप आजकल के T20 में जितने भी बॉलर्स हैं, किसको देख के मज़ा आता है और आप सोचते हैं कि भाई मज़ा आएगा इसको खेलने में?
ऑब्वियसली जो हिंदुस्तान के नंबर 1 बॉलर है जसप्रीत बुमराह.
चलिए, थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड हैव अ वेरी गुड मैच.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
The youngsters have rolled in. It's Saturday night. You can stay up later. So everyone wants to get in and have a look at this game, see these legends in action. Could there be big runs? We don't know yet. We've seen 160 on the board. We've seen 150s, but let's head downstairs to have a look at the pitch and see what we could be on for today.
Day 4 of LLC Season 4, and we are looking at possibly another match on this first pitch. In fact, it is the same pitch that has been used for the previous 3 days. A higher score in the last match. We got a 170, but we still couldn't see a successful chase. So whether that can happen or not, joining me for that, to tell me that, is former IPL winner Rajat. Rajat, looking at the pitch, any change in terms of the tone and the texture?
I don't think there is any change. It's still the same pitch, what we could see yesterday and, the previous games what being played here. I think what the teams have to get used to the conditions. Since this used to be a football stadium, it converted into a cricket stadium now. So it's a very hard job for any curator to maintain this kind of standard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell you that Rajat was chatting with Rajbir Singh, who's the chief curator. Also, a quick question for you. India Tigers, very good, very dominant with their spin department yesterday. So, Mumbai Spartans, what do they need to do differently, especially looking at the pitch concern?
See, it's going to be difficult for Mumbai Spartans because I could see, the way they batted the previous match, and definitely, you can see the Indian Tigers spin attack. They have a quality spin attack. They have Jakati, Negi, they have Mendes. So, there are a few guys who can turn the table, and I would say they have to just bat sensibly, take advantage of the new ball, especially the medium paces, and I hope they're going to put a good total if they bat first.
Yeah, so either way, what Rajat does foresee is that there'll be another day of trial by spin. Hopefully, this time we see a successful chase.
Well, looking at the pitch meant the teams could have a decision to make at the toss. So the coin went up and it came down in favour of the Mumbai Spartans. So Srisant there deciding his team wanted to have a bat first, saying that they'd seen all the teams so far bat first win and he wanted to continue that one. So they'll be batting first, the Mumbai Spartans, looking to try and get their first win of the tournament. And this is how the two teams line up. We're looking at the role that spin can again play, but some power hitters in there as well. Looking at the likes of someone like Chadwick Walton as well coming into that Spartans side. And then Samit Patel, we saw the effect he could have taking 2 wickets in an over at the back end of the innings to help Tigers get over the line. But 2 very strong, balanced looking sides in there as well to head out to the middle for match number 4 of the K-Rasa Legends League 4.0. And beautiful part of the world, and the fans are rolling in. They're starting to fill up those seats out there. It's very noisy when you head outside. There's horns, there's fans, there's cheering, and it's turning into a party atmosphere on this Saturday night. And as always, there's an India shirt still celebrating that win just last week. So Pawan Negi there leading out his side, captaining the side today. It was Tilakaratne Dilshan the other day, and today it's Pawan Negi who gets to lead his team out in front of adoring fans here in Haldwani. A beautiful part of the world, the Himalayas in the distance, and everyone getting the shot. Yep, you're on the screen. We can see you. And they've noticed now, and the 2 opening batters for the Spartans just going through the last of their motions as they head out to the middle, looking to try and post a big total on the board. We heard that 160, 170 was sort of equivalent to about 190 on a normal pitch, so it can be a little bit difficult out there at times. But someone like Chadwick Walton in there, we do know what he can do with the bat. He's been playing quite a lot of cricket around the world still, so he should be in pretty fine form and run quickly through those wickets alongside Chipley at the other end. So they're going to look and try and take on this power play. So Pawan Negi just directing his soldiers into position for this first over. So a different opening partnership this for the Mumbai Spartans today, looking to try and get their first win of the tournament, get themselves up and running. They played 1 and lost 1 so far. For the Tigers, they played 1 and won 1. So 2 very differing fortunes so far in the tournament. So Chipley opening the batting at one end, and Chadwick Walton, his opening partner, at the other, rocking the yellow of the Mumbai Spartans. So Chadwick Walton just taking guard. He will face first. 179 innings, over 3,500 runs, and a best of an unbeaten 99. So close, yet so far. But unbeaten, could have been anything. And keeping him company at the other end, Bharat Chipley, 28 innings, 453 runs, and a healthy enough strike rate, 117. Might be trying to strike slightly higher than that over in the power play with those fielding restrictions in early on.
Well, we have Abhimanyu Mithun, who will be starting with the new ball. 74 matches, 69 wickets, with a lot of experience. Abhimanyu Mithun. Well, here we go. First ball of this game.
Tidy start, but wayward in the end, ricocheting. Looked like he'd found the right line, perhaps just pushing across a little bit.
Nicely guided. Looks like ball just came to the bat so quick. I'm sure Chipley can give some advice to Walton, because Chipley and Mithun, they played together with the same state. So sometime a little advice can always give you some kind of help.
Now, I saw Chadwick Walton in action in a tournament quite recently, and he scored the first 100 of that tournament on day 1, and just there was nothing any bowler could do. Pace, spin, whatever it was, he sent it to all parts. So he's been in form as of late. So he'll be looking to try and stamp his authority early on here in this game. And it's gone through, and you can hear the cheers from the crowd. Scratchy runs, but it's 4 more of them.
Mithun must be feeling a little unlucky. Looked like the ball kept low, but after hitting the bat with one bounce, it went over the keeper. Never expected 4 going like this. And you could see the bounce after the ball crosses the pitch.
Yeah, finding a much better length. There is Abhimanyu Mithun. So the two umpires overseeing proceedings today. The first of them, Ravi Kaushik, standing umpire. And then keeping him company, currently square leg, Lyndon Hannibal.
You could see the smile on his face. I think he must be watching the screen at that moment.
Happy to just tuck that off the hip as Chadwick Walton brings Barrett Chipley on strike for the first time this evening.
It's going to be a good contest between Mithun and Chipley because both have played together for Karnataka. Chipley must have faced Mithun so many times in the nets. Maybe some practice games. It can give advantage to both the players.
Finds the edge and it goes through, and he's going to get off the mark with another sketchy boundary. 1 over gone, 13 for none. So this is how the Mumbai Spartans line up today. So up the top, a really strong opening partnership, Chadwick Walton, Barrett Chipley, and then you look down the back end, you got Subodh Bhatti with the ball in hand. We know exactly what he can do. Those slower balls, so important. Manan Sharma, he was important as well in their first game.
We used to call this lemon cut. All 3 boundaries behind the stumps. I'm very sure, even though they know how this pitch behaves, still the first few deliveries can give you that kind of challenge. No batter can play that kind of shot intentionally. No fielder can stop, especially those shots which go behind the stumps. Sumit Singh. Can always surprise you with the pace. Especially he bowls stump to stump.
Slow ball to start things off wide outside the off stump, and he's not tempted at all by that Chadwick Walton. And that can often be a sign of a player who's in form. He's not even thinking about wafting his bat. Goes aerial, but has got under it. It's gone very, very high. Fielder sets himself and takes the catch, and the crowd erupts as it's Power Negi who snaffles it.
Sumit Singh getting that kind of advantage where a slow bowler gets on this kind of pitch. The ball takes time. Walton must have seen the previous ball, trying to play over long off. Ball went high, and the best fielder of the team took this catch, Pawan Negi. First wicket down for Spartans. Walton gone for 9. It's 13 for 1.
So Mosif comes out to the middle to replace Chadwick Walton, dismissed for just 9. Mosif Khan, the right-hander. And Walton was looking like he was just trying to get going. He looked pretty comfortable until then. And then this one, he just went up. More elevation than distance. And Pawan Negi had plenty of time to set himself. Can be difficult sometimes under the floodlights, but he's a very good fielder. Captaining this side today, and they'll be very pleased to see the back of Chadwick Walton so early on.
Walton must be disappointed. I'm sure Mosif, who's a new batter, he'll get used to that pace. It looked like as if the ball is going to come really quick to the bat, but sometimes after pitching it takes little time, and that is where you normally get to see the batter finds it difficult.
Yeah, it's well bowled. Really good line length, full on the toes. Can't get it through. This is a very tidy over, just the 1 run and the wicket coming from it. And giving the fans something to watch. They've rolled in great numbers tonight on their Saturday night. Where else would you want to be? The party is here. They've brought the noise. They've brought the face paint. And obviously, there's an India shirt or two out there. And again, really well bowled this from Sumit. They're being treated to a masterclass here in this over. And where else would you want to be on a Saturday night, hey?
Absolutely, it's a weekend time. A lot of people coming and filling each and every empty seat. And that's what you want. You want that kind of entertainment.
Strays down the leg side this time and will land safe, which means that he'll keep strike for the beginning of the next over. 2 gone, 15 for 1. Look at that excitement on the young girl's face, getting to watch. She's seen herself on the screen too. I'm not sure what smiley, the smiley face on her hat or her actual face. Abhimanyu Mithun starts his second and he just gets clipped away, easy as you like.
Fourth boundary for Mithun. He has to just slow down his pace. Looks like as if batter are finding it little easy. This kind of pace actually gives them a bit advantage, especially if you go to ball towards the leg side. Just a good placement from Chipley.
Yeah, it's a good response. Just finding that slightly straighter line. He strayed a few times just down that leg side, allowed them to just clip him off the hips.
I think consistency is very important. If you keep bowling here and there, then it gets very difficult as a bowler, especially for a captain. I think more you're going to finish the ball in the stumps, you have more advantage of putting the pressure. On these kind of pitches where the ball keeps low, you have to just aim those 3 stumps.
Yeah, much better. Won't get that one through the ring. Plenty up inside the ring on the offside. And down at deep third and a deep square, the 2 out of the ring. And what did you make of this pitch today?
Well, it's the same pitch. It's nothing different from the last 3 games. Curator seems to be very optimistic. He said the more you're going to play on this pitch, the better it becomes. So he's not sure about the other pitch. He is having confidence, and every day you are getting to see runs better than the last game.
Gives himself room, just up and over, and it'll be 4 more.
Chipley in good form from the previous game. He knew very well that Mithun is going to bank the ball little short, making a little room, playing over mid-off. With a less bounce, it's always better to play in V, and that's what Chipley been doing.
Chipped up in the air, will land just short. And again, good bit of fielding. Again, Power just can't keep him out of the game. Great fielder, puts himself in those kind of positions where the ball is going to continually come. And it really is stacking up in the crowd there.
Chipley trying to play the same shot this time. Ball stopped a bit. Mithun going to bowl the last ball of this over. It can go for 4. Yes, absolutely. Once you place the ball, it's going to go for 4. After 3 overs, 28 for 1.
So 3 overs gone, no extras yet conceded, which is really tidy stuff up the top. But just the 1 wicket to go down, that of Chadwick Walton. He can be dangerous. Came in up the top of the order, dismissed. Excellent catch from Power as it came down with snow on it. Went up very, very high. The Himalayas are in the distance and it was up about that height. But he watched it nicely into the breadbasket to see Walton gone for just 9. Looks to give himself room, completely misses.
Last ball, Mosif was ready for that short ball. You have to just place the ball into the gap. With that kind of pace, it gets sometimes easy for a batter, and that's why both the batters are taking advantage against Mithun. On the other end, if you see Sumit, he's not an express kind of guy, but still he's trying his best to put the ball in the right areas, and he's getting advantage because of that.
Not quite where he was intending, but it's got the elevation. He's got enough on it and using the pace there, looking at the toe end of his bat, but won't matter because it goes down as 4 in the scorebook anyway.
Well, even a missed time shot can go for 4 in T20 cricket. Chipley trying to play over mid-off, but somehow able to manage that kind of connection which could take the ball over point. Nagy again changing the field, keeping the point fielder back and bringing the square leg fielder in.
Slower ball this time. Chipley will just scamper through. He moves on to 19, but he started well so far already in the tournament. Today he's looked a little bit scratchy at times, but he's still out there for his 19 from 12. But in the first game, he was sensational, 47 from 30 in that match against the captains, and it looked like it might have helped them get enough on the board to try and get themselves a win. Sending it to all parts. He just had the read of the bowlers so well in game number 1. Again, strays down that leg side and dispatched again. Same result, the third 4 of the over.
Mosif, he's playing with positive intent. He knows that when the ball is new, you have to just go for your shots. Again, playing the same kind of shot what he played earlier. I think there are few strokes what a batter can play and he can rely upon that.
Deceived. Really good comeback from Sumit.
You should always look for a comeback. I think that's very important in T20 cricket. No matter if you get hit the last ball for a 6 or a 4, just one ball can bring you back into the game.
flashes away at this one. Will just be a single out to Samit Patel. 4 gone, 38 for 1. We might be 4 overs into the game, but the crowds are still streaming in, whether they had to finish their tea first and get here. But they are flooding in to the Indira Gandhi Stadium still here to watch these legends in action. What a day out with your grandpa. Come watch the legends play. People of all ages still streaming in. Oh, he's got a hold of that. That's gone all the way. The crowd love it. He likes it. And it's the first maximum of the innings.
Abu Nacheem just bowled the first ball and Mosif made his welcome with a 6. He can play these shots really well. He's got power and he can even clear the whole stadium with these kind of shots.
All along the carpet this time, and there is a slight bobble, but Paranegi more than equal to it.
I think it's very important just to keep changing the pace. If you going to bowl with that kind of pace, it's easy for a batter. 80 matches, 78 wickets for Abu Nacheem. Played IPL and domestic for Assam.
Yeah, tried to hit it too hard. Again, looking at the toe of his bat. Started the over sensationally. Really got a hold of it. He just sat up, was there to be hit. He just helped it on the way.
Looked like just a warm-up delivery from Nacheem. He never expected Mosif is going to go this straight away at the first ball. Crowd enjoying it.
This time goes again, doesn't get as much of it. And it plugs slightly. Still 2 more. And ticking along really nicely here, the Spartans. Lee and Walton coming out to open things up, and there were a few scratchy runs early on, but they'll take them either way. Lemon slices, you call them, I believe, and then Chadwick Walton tried to go aerial and just snaffled by Negi, but then these two coming together, Mosif and Chipley, starting to accelerate into the innings, using up the advantage of those fielders up inside the ring in the power play. Wouldn't matter how many fielders are out the ring for that 6. Yeah, stand and deliver, brings up the 50 for the Spartans. It's just a couple of bounces over the rope. 13 already from this over.
This time Chipley playing with a vertical bat. Earlier few deliveries, he tried his best towards deep mid-wicket, but this time playing over mid-on. I think this is a better way of playing, especially on these kind of pitches.
Last ball of the over, inside out, and it's going to be back-to-back boundaries to end it. 17 from the over, 5 gone, 55 for 1.
Oh yes, the runs have kept on coming, and that's the beauty of this partnership. The runs have just kept on coming. They started off well in that first over. The comeback was on in the second over, Pawan Negi getting a wicket. But after that, it's just been the Bharat Chipley and Mosif show. 42 runs of just 22 deliveries, and now we're all set for the final over of the power play. It'll be interesting to see. Chipley is on 29 of 16, Mosif is 17 of 7. One is on a strike rate of 242, the other is on a strike rate of close to about 200. And that's what this format is all about. Don't expect them to go pull off the levers right now just yet. Shadab Jagati is coming to bowl, hoping to make amends for what's happened in the last 4. Now there's a fielder out there, takes one bounce to him and get the 1 run.
Last ball of the previous over, Chipley playing over covers, making connection, looking very compact. Nacheem seems to be a little disappointed. This time playing over covers and clearing the boundary. That's what Chipley can bring to the table. What a 6.
Wow, where did that come from? If you take a look at that bat, didn't even have to swing it completely. Just the pitch was there, got it exactly where he wanted. And that's been the feature of Bharat Chipley on day 1 and now on day 4 as well. Whatever he's connecting is connecting so sweetly. Back-to-back 6s now. 50-run partnership as well now for this pair. 13 already from this over.
25 balls, 55-run partnership. Chipley doing the more damage right now. Jagati trying to flight the ball. I think he has to just keep the ball away from the batter. Yeah! Oh, that can be close. No. Maybe the inside edge. But you have to take the wickets. 2 balls for the power play. You have to finish well.
Yeah, that's much better. Much better from the bowler's perspective. 14 now from this over. And if you take a look at the last 30 balls, 60 runs have come off the last 30 balls. And a majority of that has come courtesy the bat of Bharat Chipley. 42 of 20 now. It's over to you, Mausif. 56-run partnership of just 27. 18 for Mausif, 38 for Chipley. Mausif goes big. And the umpire has gone for a review. Will be interesting to see now. The way that you see the body language between the bowler and the wicketkeeper, it seems like they've got their man.
Well, that's what Chipley asked the keeper, whether it's out or not, but I think looked like as if the keeper was very confident. Mausif trying to do the damage of the last ball. TV umpire looking for the no ball, and it looked like very safe. K. Srinivasan. Oh yes. By the time he turned around, the bails were gone.
So that's very good keeping from Amit Ponekar. You've got to say that. The barest of margins as well. Barely had any time, but quick reactions as well. And any time now, I'm guessing the out signal will be coming in front of you. There it is. The second wicket has fallen for the Mumbai Spartans. Mausif Khan is the latest to depart. And that's wonderful work behind the stumps from Amit Ponekar. At the end of 6, 69 for 2, Mumbai Spartans. Yeah, some captain, of course, applauding them. Happy with the way, of course, Jagati has come back. And that's the latest to go. Mausif Khan, 18 of 9, played a small but short and impactful innings. 69 for 2 Spartans. Samat Patel has come in to bowl his first over. Straight away gets a little bit of turn. You can see the smile from the bowler and the batsman in appreciation as well. They've scored 69 in the power play. The last time around, the India Tigers were bowling in their first game. They conceded 70. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. If ever there was a delivery that you'd want to see over and over again, that is the one by Samat Patel. More so, he gets rid of the danger man. Bharat Chipley gone for 42.
That's how things can change if you're going to pitch the ball in right areas. Samit Patel, very experienced guy. After bowling the first ball, he pitched the ball little up, making sure that if it turns, it should hit the stump, and that's what it happened. Chipley, the danger man, going towards the dugout, scored 42, Spartans 69 for 3.
First wicket fell for 13, and then you've lost 2 wickets in the space of no runs at 69. And the new player that's come in is Asad, who was involved. Asad Pathan, 33 innings, 656 runs at a strike rate of 150. And that's the highlight of that card in front of you. So the highlight from that first game when he was batting with Bharat Chipley was that run out, which he probably would not want to speak about again. Samit Patel has looked good. He's looked so good, not only in this game, and the game before as well.
Well, he bowled the right areas, especially I think if Chipley would have played a little bit with a better front foot, then things would have been different. Both the batters are new now, and that's how things can change anytime on this kind of pitch. We have seen when the teams are chasing. I think it's very important that how you try to manage those spin deliveries. 42 innings, 47 runs, 250s and 100. Amit Verma. But that's for sure. The ball is going to turn now. Once the power play is gone, it's a little challenge for a batter how to proceed the game.
Now, in terms of data and in terms of combinations, this is perfect for Amit Verma. Left-hand off-spinner bowling to a left-hander, so in all scenario, he should be hitting him for this one, as he tries right now. But for more often than not, what we miss out in data is the skill of the bowler. And that is on display from Samit Patel. It's been a wonderful over. 3 runs from it, got the 1 wicket as well. 7 down, 72 for 3. How things change. That's the beauty of this format. Chakati in for a second over. Picked up the wicket on the final delivery of his first over. Pawan Negi will be happy because his team has fought their way back into this one. And what a crucial time to get wickets as well, Rajat, because now starts that very difficult phase from a batsman's perspective. The 7 to 15, which has yielded the most wickets as well in the tournament so far.
See, that's what it happens if you keep that kind of belief that you can change the game. And I think if you watch Jakati's last over, he had given 14 runs, but the last ball of the power play, he got Mosif out. And after that, Chipley got out to Samit. Now they're finding it difficult actually. Now the boundaries won't be that visible right now. They'll think about just building a partnership. Shoaib, Rahul, Manan, these are the batters to come.
Again, he's trying to come down the ground. Tried doing that with Samit Patel as well. Now trying the same with Shadab Jakati. You've had a pretty successful power play. 69 runs coming off that power play. Now the next 7 to 15. Knowing that this is a tough phase to bat. Big appeal meanwhile, Shadab Jakati, and it looks like he's been given out. As we were talking about the run rate, it seems like the wickets are falling by heaps for the Spartans. And after some consultation with Asad Khan, it looks like they've gone up for a review.
But that's what Jakati is all about, like what he can do. Previous balls he started with his slow deliveries, but this ball he bowled with a low trajectory and kept the ball on the front foot. Trying to play the sweep shot, the ball didn't turn much. And umpires was very sure. We have to see the third umpire, what he's going to review.
Can't seem to understand why you've gone for the review. Because from where we're looking right now, Rajat, it seems like a pretty straightforward decision. Nonetheless, the review's been taken. If it's there, guesses you want to avoid the slide now. So one of your proper batsmen that can really get a move as far as your scoring rate is concerned, you'd want to preserve them and leave no stone unturned of keeping them out there in the middle. Last 30 balls, you've 51 runs, you've lost 2 wickets as well. And the wickets now, from Spartans' perspective, would be that now you've got to get that partnership going in, because if you kept on losing wickets at regular intervals, from what turned out to be a good power play score at 69, could end up to be a very below par score.
I must be checking whether there's a bat involved or not. Doesn't look like. But the next thing what he's going to check is a ball tracking. Looks like the ball is going to hit the camera of the middle stump.
Camera before wicket. Right, so there is no bat involved. Yeah, I feel like 2027 has come in front of us now. It's taken us that long. So no bat involved. Moving on to ball tracking now. It's so good to see that you got a big turnout, possibly the biggest turnout so far in Legends League 4.0, and a large part of that is owing to the captains of India Tigers, Pawan Negi, local boy who's grown up here. Whoever's come into the stadium has come in with an eye on their local boy. The last time they were out here in the stadium, it was such an atmosphere as well. Young and old, all the families have come in, irrespective of whether you like cricket or not. You've come in for the environment, you've come in for the experience. And why wouldn't you? You've got some of the biggest names in Indian cricket, domestic cricket, world cricket as well. Tilak Ratne Dilshan is one of them. There's a look at that. Impact seems to be in line. And it's hitting wickets, which means the inevitable has finally been confirmed. Amit Verma gone for 1 run.
Amit Verma trying to play that kind of shot. Scored only 1, 74 for 4.
Yeah, what a wonderful sight, isn't it? The Indira Gandhi Stadium in Haldwani. And the India Tigers, after having a poor power play, it must be said, have clawed their way back. They've gone ahead as well after 874 for 4. Thank you so much for joining us on Legends League 4.0. It's match day number 4. India Tigers versus Mumbai Spartans. Spartans winning the toss, opting to bat first, going 69 in the power play. Bharat Chipley getting a majority of them, 42 of 22. But ever since Chipley's gone, it just seems like they seem to be falling like a pack of cards. 74 for 4 now. This is the 9th over. Smith Patel coming in for the second. Seems to have got enough in it. 1 bounce to the fielder. How would you course correct now, Rajat? This, of course, is the last wicket fall.
Well, Jakati is a very clever bowler. I think few deliveries he tossed up, but this ball he kept with a low trajectory. Amit Verma trying to play over mid-wicket because of the low trajectory. Sometimes you not able to make out where the ball is going to pitch, and after pitching the ball just loses its pace. That's what you have to just try to use your feet. Either go onto the pitch of the ball, or you have to just stay and wait onto the back foot. Manan is a good batter. He can bat. You have to just spend a little more time on these pitches. Once you are set, then you know how to play.
Oh yeah, that was a good shot. That is a very good shot. He knew Samit Patel was pitching it up, used his feet, got to the pitch of the ball and got a 4 runs.
See, this is the formula. Like if you go onto the pitch of the ball, then you can cut the spin. And that's what Asad trying to do. This time trying to play towards square leg. After 9 overs, it's 80 for 4. And umpires are giving it a timeout.
Yeah, under the bright lights of the Kumaon Hills, it's the Mumbai Spartans who seems to be collapsing now. And it's a similar story from what you saw on day 1 of Legends League 4.0. Bharat Chipley doing the bulk of the scoring, but then the others around him just not getting going. He got 47 then, he's got 42 today, and no one else from his team has managed to cross 20 on that score sheet. It's a similar story tonight as well, Rajat. It started off with this one, tried to go big, didn't quite get the connection. Then came the second wicket. That, of course, was of... Yeah, there it is. Samit Patel coming in, getting that big wicket of Bharat Chipley, and the final wicket falling to Shadab Jakati of Amit Verma. Slowly but surely, they've clawed their way back into this one, and which is why many are touting them as title favourites this season.
See, that's because of the spin attack. They can always change the game, whole scenario. Jakati, very experienced guy, played IPL for Chennai Super Kings and played domestic for Goa. And he's one of the guy who must be having experience playing with Dhoni. So as a bowler, sometimes, you know, you get that kind of tips, that kind of advice, where the keeper was a world champion. Asad trying to go over bowler, because the ball is coming slow, he's not able to connect the ball in such a manner.
Fine thing you brought out, because even in your time as rising Pune super giant, you got to spend time with the big man himself. What's it like from a bowler's perspective when you got someone like him behind the stumps? Meanwhile, we can talk about that a little later, because it looks like Manan Sharma. Now what's happening here? What's happening here? It looks like Manan Sharma has been stumped. And my guess is we've gone up to the umpires. It's a decision pending, of course, but to the naked eye, and the first time you saw that, it seems like Manan Sharma is a goner.
Well, moment you know that you are out of the crease, you start walking towards the dugout, and that's what it looked like. But umpire wants to confirm. K. Srinivasan checking the no ball, that's safe. Manan stepped out, then he realized like that ball was supposed to be played on the back foot. At the time he turned his back, the bails were gone. Honecker doing the damage. Earlier also you could see the stumping. An umpire is just waiting to give out. Yes. Manan going out, scoring only 2 runs. It's 83 for 5. Rahul Yadav, he's a new batter. Hard hitting guy. He can hit 6s, especially when the chips are down. Played domestic cricket for Delhi. Very talented batsman and keeper as well. 4 innings, 19 runs. You might not see a very good record here, but he's a good future for legends.
There's the turn again. There is that turn again. And it stays with the batsman, no doubt. You're seeing the ball turning like the way it is. This was the last wicket of Manan Sharma. Seems to be in completed 6s and 7s. Amit Ponikar has been alert. He has been on the money behind the stumps. And what a comeback it's been. Meanwhile, it seems like there was a Pawan Negi. One just hopes he hasn't come off worse with that. Attempting the catch at the end of 10, 85 for 5 Spartans.
That's not what you want to see if you're a Tigers fan or anyone really in the ground. The captain, Pawan Negi, going off ice pack against his head. This is what happened at the end of that over. Just the awkward bounce, and that is ricocheted. That's going to really hurt.
Yeah, this is a better angle to just see how it just strikes him somewhere around the left ear. And that's going to smart for a bit. Maybe a few concussion tests as well off the pitch. This is, of course, a football field which was inaugurated for the national games last year here in Uttarakhand. And it must be said, the ground staff had done very well to convert it into a cricket pitch and a cricket ground of sorts. But what a spell this has been from Jakati.
Yeah, just what they needed. 3 for 21. They started really well after losing the early wicket, then 69 inside the power play. But 3 for 21 for Shadab Jakati from his 3 overs, so he's still got an over to play with.
Yeah, we always thought this match could be a contest between the India Tigers and the Mumbai Spartans batters, rather specifically the spinners of India Tigers. It's such a good spin attack, and we haven't yet seen the captain, Pawan Negi, of course, off the pitch. But between them, the two of them, Samit Patel and Shadab Jakati, have spun a web with their left arm spin.
Well, Samit Patel, he's such a wily performer, isn't he? He plays so much around the world still. Sometimes I wonder if he can remember what's on the front of his shirt. But he's been around a long time, played for many. If you look at him on ESPN Cricinfo, you sort of have to scroll down the page to find the bio. Yeah. Because there's so many teams that he's played for.
Very well bowled,
Absolutely, a proper global traveller. And what I love about him, he's always got this knowing smile on his face. He knows exactly what's happening out there.
Again, that'll just be a single, but they have been all over the Spartans here, and a lot of it thanks to Shadab Jakati. And that was his first. Really quick work behind the stumps as well, fallen over, and that one just trapped in front, the left armour. And then again, bowler and keeper working in tandem, so two of them stumped. Really excellent work. 3 for 21 from his three, so he's still got an over up his sleeve. And this is only coming towards the end of Samit Patel's third, just the one run from it. Works this one away. I like that they've got the slip in as well, really putting that pressure on.
Yeah, and what's noticeable, both left arm spinners, as we take a look at Pawan Negi just getting some icing, that region just beneath the left ear. They're also varying their speeds a lot. You're seeing a few slower deliveries tossed up, and every now and then just flatter, quicker.
Just can't get them away, can they? Just spinners working in tandem from both the north and the south end. Just the 2 runs from the over so far. Moves his feet early, up and over the top. That's exactly what they needed. Not going to have enough on it still, though. So 3 from the over, 11 gone, 88 for 5. Jakati, the pick of the bowlers so far, 3 for 21 from his 3 and 1 apiece for Sumit and Samit Patel. And Jakati is going to bowl out. Uses his feet, goes up and over, and again doesn't get the full distance. The crowd really like it when they can see the elevation. There's the roar, and then it just dumbs down as they watch it plug.
There's definitely a lot more support for the local lad, Pawan Negi. But I suspect there were some loud cheers. You were there for the toss, Georgie, you can tell us. There was a lot of cheering for Srishant as well, right?
I think wherever Srishant goes, there's a lot of cheering. It's sort of got to that point. And he plays up to it. He knows it as well. He's a great character to have around a tournament like this as well. Someone you really want leading your side because he just wants to play cricket still. And he absolutely loves it. So he's captain of this side. They're in a little bit of trouble at the moment.
Yeah!
Oh, that's a great bit of work. They've just got no answer for Shadab Jakati.
I suspect there was perhaps just a little bit of an inside edge. Otherwise, that would have been a great shout because the ball did slide on with the arm. Beautiful bowling.
Oh, and he's got the turn again. There's the big cheer from behind the stumps. That foot looked like it was down behind the line to me. But I think they're going to go upstairs for a review on this one.
One thing's for sure, Amit Paunikar had his troubles in the power play against Seam, but since then, to the spinners, he's been impeccable as a keeper. This too was quick silver reflexes. Wasn't much of time for him to react, but he was so quick at whipping off the bails. The only question is, was the timing of it perfect?
Very happy behind the line there. It's just whether he kept that foot down. It's across the line. And got it back. Has he in time? Just about whether the bails have been dislodged yet. That's a good stretch. See it from this side as well. What do you make of that?
I would say not out because by the time the bails come off, it does seem like he's just plonked his foot back in. No zing bails, unfortunately. It's pretty much the visual evidence of where the bails are coming off. No doubt about it. Great work by Amit.
Yeah, he's really quick behind the stumps there, isn't he? And again, it's just Jakati in the way he's just all over these batters, spinning a web. They've got just not quite sure whether to come forward, how to play him, and whether you think actually just have to take the aggressive route. There's a closer view of this one. It's just whether that foot is on the ground or not.
Yeah, should be not out. That's what we thought at first glance as well, and K. Srinivasan, the TV umpire, agrees.
So he survives, and they've only got 2 more balls of Jakati to play with. Extra bit of flight this time, so just the 1 more. So only 2 runs from the over so far.
Yeah, the middle overs is where we have seen a few innings turn in the past, and that's what's happening. No pun intended. There has been turn on offer because it was 69 for 2 after the power play, and since then close to 6 overs, just 21 runs, loads and loads of wicket. Make that 22. End of the over, 91 for 5.
Chalk and cheese, really, isn't it? After the power play, 69 on the board after the 6 overs, and since then they've had no answer, and they'll take that free run again. The wry smile from Samit Patel.
There's that knowing smile.
And then he comes back with that just deadpan face. It'd be impossible to play poker with. He'd either just smile through the whole thing and you'd have no idea. Should just be a single.
It's just changed so much in complexion this innings. Initially it was more of a boundary fest, but there hasn't been one since 22 balls. And now it's a question of just waiting to play out these 20 overs. They need to ensure they don't get bowled out here.
A beautiful place to play cricket. And look at that. Going 11.5 to what in the first 6 overs, then 3.69. And they've just got no answer, having to just get the big stride out, defensively playing out Patel at the moment. They'll be happy that he's only got 2 more balls.
Yeah, both left-arm spinners have spun an absolute web. It's a shame Pawan Negi, at least last time we saw, wasn't quite on the pitch. He's another left-arm spinning option. But how good was Shadab Jakati as well, especially that 4th over of his, just beautifully set up each and every ball. Terrific spell from both left-arm spinners.
Yep, just the 2 runs from the over 13 gone 93 for 5. Chalk and cheese. We've only seen 1 boundary since that power play. They were going at 11.5 in the first 6 overs, and since then going at 3.43. Wickets tumbling in all directions as well. Now this is a man who got it to turn the other day, Jivan Mendes. Again, just clubbed out to the man in the deep.
Yeah, all 3 spinners were impressive in the last match as well, but today in particular, Shadab Jakati, the way that he bowled was quite impressive. 3 wickets for him, 2 stumpings. And what was impressive was that he wasn't doing too much exceptional.
So continue at this rate, get themselves to 142. Doesn't sound like it would really be enough, but at the same time, we haven't seen anything chased successfully so far in the 3 matches we've had in the K Rasa Legends League 4.0. And I think I'm going to say that Mendes is getting more turn of anyone in this tournament so far. It's just almost turning 90 degrees.
Yeah, all the leggies have impressed in every match. If you have a leg spinner, then it's very helpful. Every now and then also just changes his point of release, goes a little flatter.
And he'll be very loose. I saw him this morning in the gym. I was running away and he was having a physio session. It was 2 very different sessions. Aerial this time, gets under it and goes all the way. A much needed boundary, only the 2nd since the power play.
Yeah, Asad Pathan for his 2nd boundary. Had a 4, now a 6. Also brings up the 100 for the Mumbai Spartans. This was a grubber, wasn't it? I think may have overextended some of those upper body workouts because this was a bit sore.
Gonna appeal for everything behind the stumps. Thinks he's got a nickel on it. I'm running down. And we're gonna go upstairs.
Yeah, Amit Pawnikar was absolutely convinced and he was able to persuade his other teammates as well. Not sure, but it looked like it was Kamau Leverok who was taking the call in terms of whether to take that DRS. What do you reckon, Georgie? It's close. It is close.
I think they say as close as a gnat's whisker, something like that. But again, really good work behind the stumps, as you say. Struggled against the pace early on, but since the spinners came on, he's been second to none. So Mendes looking to try and pick up his 1st wicket of the night.
And it's a big one too because Asad has looked somewhat effective against the spin. If he goes, then that just sinks this Mumbai Spartans innings further. So a massive decision coming up. And it'll be all dependent on Nick Sense, one thinks. Asad looks quite confident, but let's see. Is there some basis to it? Yes, there is. There is basis to his confidence, I mean. Nothing on Nick Sense.
Yeah, don't think you'd be reviving that flat line in a hospital. So, pretty sure he'll survive this one. So Mendes won't be picking up his 1st wicket. 14 gone, 101 for 5. So still 5 wickets down. He survived at the back end there. 5 wickets down now, lots of them thanks to Jakati, 3 for 24 from his 4. Back to pace. Abhimanyu Mithun, he was expensive early on, 26 from the first 2 overs he bowled. But since then, turning to spin, Jakati has been sensational.
Yeah, and we saw a little glimpse of exactly what's made him special on this pitch in that last over of his. If you notice, just subtle variations. Nothing great, just a little wide of the crease, a little slower, then invites the shot, then just slows it up further. Yeah! This one was slightly straighter, quicker, then flight again, beating the bat, getting that stumping appeal, and just kept pegging away on a good length. So exceptional bowling, and tells you that this pitch has something for the spinners. provided you're willing to be patient. If you're patient and you stick to your basics, then you can get a lot of purchase from this surface. It's exceptional for spinners, and we've seen leg spinners and left arm spinners prosper particularly. And Abhimanyu Mithun, he was a bit quick in his initial spell, and he was smashed all over the park, especially by his former Karnataka teammate Bharat Chipley. I'm sure there'll be a lot more change-ups now.
Gives himself room again. There's protection out there. I think what he struggled with as well, he was actually quite unlucky. A few of them were runs that just came off an edge or went in a direction the batter wasn't intending early on, but he proved expensive. 26 from the first 2 overs. Leverrock just giving a wave to the crowd there.
Yeah, they lost an early wicket, then they had a 56-run partnership, but since then it's been all one way with the India Tigers on top.
First one to go down, Chadwick Walton, as he looked to try and go downtown. All it did was go up in the air and straight down the throat of Power Negi, and then just falling over, completely bamboozled. Samit Patel joining the party, bagging himself a wicket too, and then just trying to hoik it leg side. A slow finger raise, and then this one just couldn't get his leg behind the line again. So 5 down, 103 on the board. He's waited really well for that. There is protection again out in the deep, but he almost could have got through the shot twice before it got to him.
I have a feeling you will be in agreement. The best of those wickets was that Samit Patel one. A perfect one. Pretty much a dream delivery, something that his former teammate Monty Panesar would have been quite proud of.
First one fell down, and then he went along really nicely to get themselves up to 69, but then 2 in quick succession, and then wickets falling regularly. So now on the rebuild to try and get to something competitive. Defensive shot to end the over, just the 3 runs from it. 15 gone, 104 for 5. So still 5 overs to come, but 5 wickets fallen. Chipley, the pick of the batters so far, 42 from 22, but Assad doing his best out there in the middle. Full toss was there to be clubbed. He's not managed to capitalise. Almost gave himself too much room, actually. Just slipped out of the hand. Mendes has got away with one.
Well, if you normally pitch the ball at the right areas, it looks like, you know, it gets really difficult for any batter. Rahul Yadav, 16 balls, 6 runs. He has to just take charge.
Up in the air, not got the distance, but actually, thankfully really, falling short of the fielder coming in from long on.
Trying to play over bowler. Not that kind of connection. This time Rahul Yadav coming out of the crease. It can be a direct hit. Have been close.
Yeah, a little bit scrambled there, aren't they? It's getting in their head. The run rate down at 6.83. Straight out to Samit Patel. Had to set off pretty quickly. And Mendes again giving that real sidearm bowling. He's getting more and more horizontal as he goes through the overs.
Mendes is a smart bowler. I mean, he can really think like how to change the angles. He might be bowling from the same spot, but because of his action, batter finds it difficult to judge the line. That's why when a batter steps out, he can bowl really outside off stump sometimes.
Comes down the pitch, hasn't got a hold of this one, and the fielder just can't get in off the rope. So after all that intent, just a single, 5 from it, 16 gone, 109 for 5. So There's now a time for them to come together and have a think as we have a strategic timeout. Well, the pick of the batters so far, Barrett Chipley up the top, and in the end Samit Patel sending him on his way for 42. But Assad doing his bit in the recovery here, 24 from 31. Shared around 6 bowlers used. Jakarti, the pick of the bowlers so far. 3 wickets for him, 1 apiece for Sumit and Patel as well. Abhimanyu Mithun coming back for his 3rd over, much tidier than his first 2, which went for 26 in total. But the crowds, they're in, and they're absolutely loving spending their Saturday night here watching the K-Rasa Legends League 4.0. Where else would you want to be? They look absolutely ecstatic, don't they? It's where the party is.
Absolutely. Especially because of the weekend. Every seat which was vacant till yesterday been filled by so many people. People coming close to Haldwani from Rudrapur, even from Delhi.
Well bowled by Abhimanyu Mithun. He's really come back well in his second 2 overs. The first 2 expensive, unlucky at times, but just 5 from his 3rd over.
Rahul Yadav having a tough time, not able to rotate strike. 19 balls, 8 runs. This is something what he should be looking, just to rotate the strike and give strike to Asad.
It might be their pacer in action at the moment, but Tigers' spin attack has been really the talk of the town. They just were all over the Punjab Riders in their first game. It looked like they were riding home to victory, and then the spinners came to the party and just bish bash bosh, and they had absolutely no chance in the end. And they said in that first game they were stacked with stick spinners because that's what they'd seen the day before. Spin had been influential, and so that is really key to this sort of Tigers attack, is the spinners that they can turn to. Dug out nicely. And we talk about those spinners, and they really were so impactful in getting them the win in that first game just a couple of days ago, causing the collapse from the Punjab Riders.
Well, especially the Mendes doing the real damage, making sure that he takes those important wickets. Then Samit Patel with the old ball, not giving any opportunity to any batter, making things more difficult. And when the pressure is on, it gets really difficult to get the boundary, especially what's happening right now. Rahul and Asad both are struggling to get those boundaries. 17 boundaries so far. 17 balls have been bowled without seeing a boundary.
And he's gone here. After all of that, he's gone through for an extra run on the overthrows, and just as you shouldn't do, it was an excellent bit of work in the field. 2 stumps to aim at, almost side on, and he just has to carry on walking off. I mean, sometimes it's just your day and wickets come out of nowhere.
Well, they wanted to have the second run. Asad wanted a strike, never realized that keeper can throw the ball even if he can see the stumps from this angle, which is going to be only 1 stump. Keeper is having a good day. Asad Pathan gone for 25. It's 1-1-1 for 6.
Advances down the pitch, again, just full and wide, bowling to his field. There's protection out there in the deep. And the poor throw, and they're going to scamper through. That's smart cricket.
When you're not getting boundaries on regular intervals, then these are the opportunities you shouldn't be missing. Ball going into the deep. I think it was better just to give 1 bounce, making things more difficult for the keeper. And once the batters could see the opportunity, they decided to convert it into a double.
Beautifully played. Just wonderful touch. Takes on the full toss. 17 gone, 117 for 6. So we're going to have a change in bowler here. Netchim coming in. He went for 17 from his first over. And just a blemish on the end of a pretty tidy over again from Mithun. Saw it early, takes on the full toss. Nice little flick of the wrist. Frustration for the bowler.
Not a good start for Nachim, especially when you are coming for your second spell. You're making things more difficult for Amit. Watching the batter going away from you, sometimes you try to follow. Nachim finding it difficult to get that kind of rhythm what earlier he used to get.
Gets a bat to it and goes for 4. Probably would have been wide again if he hadn't got any bat on it, but they'll take the boundary.
At last, Rahul Yadav getting a boundary. Converting a Yorker into a low full toss, guiding the ball towards short third man where the fielder was up, getting that gap and getting the boundary as well.
It's better bowling. Finally, he finds the right line. It was too wide down the leg side. It was too wide on the offside. And then the third one, just right.
Nachim feeling uncomfortable, especially with the right shoulder. They must be trying around 150, 160.
Yeah, that's much better. He might be looking uncomfortable than the shoulder, but he's starting to execute that Yorker just right on the toes, dug out.
I think after Negi got hurt, Tigers are finding it difficult. Who can replace him? Another wide. Losing control completely.
So this, the 18th over, you would imagine that if he continues this way, he won't get another. So it's where they turn to bowl those final couple of overs. Captain still having ice on his neck. That's well bowled. Manages to clip it away.
I think it's very important just to keep the ball in the stumps. Batters finding it really difficult, especially because of the pace of this pitch, trying to connect those kind of deliveries. It's really difficult for any batter who is actually new to the crease. Again, trying to use the pace of the ball. Rahul seems to be a little smart, trying those shots, which seems to be possible, especially if a bowler has got a little bit of pace.
14 from the over, needs a tidy out here, another expensive over. And just misses his length, but gets away with it. So 15 from the over, 18 gone, 132 for 6. Overs gone. They started so well in that power play and then just fell away in those middle overs, and at the back end here been given a few freebies, managed to capitalise. So up to 132 with 2 overs still to go. Continue at this rate, still get themselves to 146. Doesn't seem like it really would be enough, but as we know, no one has managed to chase any target down successfully so far in the tournament.
Well, I think I can still try Mendes this over and think about the last over to Sumit or Nachim. Mendes just bowled 2 overs, had given only 13 runs, so it's always better you can try him out. Spinner is much more difficult to play than a medium pacer.
They'll be happy to see that. The captain, Power Negi's back out on the field, overseeing proceedings. They'll need him with the bat later. Really well bowled. Tucks him up nicely.
Well, that's smart bowling by Sumit. Bowling a off cutter. You can see after pitching the ball just stopped and turned a bit. Any batter can lose his rhythm and momentum as well.
Sometimes you get lucky, not where he was aiming, and nothing really the keeper or any fielder could do about it. So bonus runs.
Shoaib trying his best, especially these kind of shots which can always give you some relief. Trying to use the pace of the bowler.
That's really well bowled. He saw him move away, give himself room, and just tossed it up wide enough to keep inside that line, just out of reach.
I don't mind if he keeps bowling those cutters. The first ball what he bowled. You don't have to try for Yorkers. You have to just roll your wrist and make sure that the ball stays away from the batsman's arc.
Again, can't time it. So there was a lucky boundary in there, but otherwise this has been a pretty tidy over from Sumit, the penultimate over of the game.
Captain must have tried him because the 2 overs he bowled, he had given not many runs. Got the first wicket as well.
Caught in all sorts of confusion. 2 minds and sort of played half of each shot, and in the end does get away with it.
Rahul Yadav trying his best just to get a boundary. You have to try so many things, but nothing is working out for Rahul.
And that'll be a boundary of the final ball of the over. Much needed boundary, so 11 from it. 19 gone, 143 for 6. One over to come in this Spartans innings. 143 for 6. The key partnership, that 56 up the top. And Nachim comes in to bowl the final over. A few goes to pick the ball up, but safe enough in the end.
Very surprised to see Nachim bowling the last over. Had given so many runs. This partnership from 17 balls, 33 runs seems to be really crucial for Spartans.
This is what he needs to try and do, but he's not got the distance, and it's straight down the throat of long on. And Shadab Jakarti, he is having a golden day with the ball in hand. He's took wickets and now he's taking catches.
Well, the moment it came and hit the bat, you could easily make out that connection wasn't there. Nachim trying a Yorker, but Shoaib missing that momentum after pitching the ball again, losing its pace and taking the wicket of Shoaib. Shoaib scored 17. It's 144 for 7.
Srisanth comes out to the middle, the captain. So just 4 balls still to come in this innings. 144 on the board at the moment. They'll be targeting to get beyond that 150 at least if they can in these last 4 balls.
Crowd enjoying each and every moment here. Abu Nachim got 1 wicket. Seems to be a little expensive, but if he can bowl those 4 balls, that would be very important.
Yeah, the man who did the most damage today, coming in up the top. Again, continuing off his good form in the first game, Bharat Shipley, 42 from 22, 6 4s and 2 6s along the way, and that partnership helping get them to 69 for 2 at the end of the power play. Eventually, he was dismissed, but not after the damage had been done, and the damage is being done here. Srisanth comes to the middle, stand and deliver, and the crowd love it.
After hitting the 6, he said sorry to Nachim. He felt bad as a bowler when you get hit like this. He read that slower one, better connection, and I think it would be great if he's going to keep the strike for the next 3 balls.
Well, as he came out to the middle, you turned to me and said he can hit 6s, and you know what he's done? 1 ball, 6. That's gone through everything. Sometimes as a bowler, you just have to think, why me?
Well, runs are coming for Spartans, and that's something which is very important right now. Srisanth and Amit both are getting beaten.
2 balls to come. 154 on the board now, so they passed that 150 mark that we were talking about. Can they make 160? He's going to try. It's not got the distance though. And Samit Patel sets himself and easy as you like takes the catch.
Well, at one stage it looked like as if it's going to cross the rope. Samit Patel, very experienced guy. He knew that if he's going to stay in control, then he's going to take the catch. Prishant makes an early exit, scored 6 runs. It's 154 for 8.
One to face. Swings, clips it away. And it's parried over. 6 off the final ball. And it gets them to that 160 mark. The umpire just checking. But Abhimanyu Mithun out on the boundary, just couldn't keep it inside the rope.
Powerful connection by Subodh Bhatti, making sure that he gets the maximum from the last ball. 17 runs from the final over, making things more difficult for the Tigers. And yes, umpire signaling 6. Wanted to be sure. A powerful connection. And Abhimanyu Mithun couldn't stop it before the boundary.
Crowd absolutely loving it. So they've got themselves to 160 from their 20 overs in the end, and that's a hell of a recovery at the back end of that innings. Barrett Chipley, the pick of the batters, but input down the order: Rahul 18, Asad 25, Shoaib 17 from 9, and it's really given the crowd something to cheer and enjoy watching here tonight. So Walton was the first one to go down. Chipley 42 from 22. Asad, the second highest score with his 25 from 32, but contributions down the order: 18, 17, and then those 16 extras bowled as well, meaning that 161 will be the target. And they started really well inside that power play. The early wicket went down, it didn't matter, 69 for 2 at the end of the power play, and then really fell away in those middle overs, just couldn't get the ball away. Wickets kept tumbling. Jakati, well, everything he did spun to gold and sent players on their way, and in the back end again, just building those skyscrapers and launching it, and then the final ball of the innings going for 6, meaning that the Spartans make their way to 160 for 8.
Sumit, 3 overs, 22 runs, 1 wicket. Nacheem got 2 wickets, but seems to be very expensive. Jakati, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 24 runs and 11 dot balls, and got those 3 crucial wickets. Patel also got 1, and Mendes got 2 overs, 13 runs.
Yeah, and we talk about just how important Jakati was, picking up 3 for 24 from his 4 overs. Well, the good news is we can go downstairs and hear from him now.
Shadab, you had a slightly tough start with 2 sixes in your first over. How did you come back from that situation?
That's the beauty of this game, you know, you never know. But there was a help for the spinners as well. The ball was slightly holding a bit, turning. And I'm glad that, you know, I could come back and get those important wickets, and we could, you know, restrict them to a decent score.
You had played 1 match before, so what were the lessons from that particular experience that you implemented today?
No, I just wanted to come and, you know, just back myself, just bowl to my strength in good areas. There's definitely, you know, help from the wicket. So the basic idea was to just come and bowl, you know, in good areas and wait for the batsman to make a mistake.
3 wickets taken, 2 of them were spinners themselves, Amit as well as Manan. Which one was your favourite wicket and why?
I think Amit was one of my favorite because the initial ball I had turned him, and the LBW which I got him, I had bowled him a straighter one. So that was like, I'm very satisfied with that wicket.
You played with the best of wicket keepers as well. Amit today was quite outstanding as well to the spinners.
Yeah, it's not easy wicket for the wicket keeper actually, but he had a good thing, and he kept really well. And it's 160. Hopefully, we can chase the score.
All the best. Have a good game.
Thank you.
Yeah, great day for him with the ball in hand. Also took a catch to add to it. So that target for victory for a second win in 2 for the India Tigers is 161. So we're going to head to a short break and we'll be back with the chase. Easy as you like.
Back-to-back sixes now. Ah, wonderful. It seems like the wickets are falling by heaps. It's match number 4, Mumbai Spartans taking on the India Tigers. We're coming to you live from the picturesque and the very beautiful Indira Gandhi Stadium in Haldwani. The Mumbai Spartans, who won the toss and their captain Sreesanth decided to bat first, have scored 160 runs. That late flurry coming in the last 3 overs of the innings. Bharat Chipley got things going, 42 of 22, 47 in his first game as well. Asad 25 of 32. Rahul Yadav getting 18 of 28. Shoaib getting 17 of 9. And then came a cameo by captain S. Sreesanth, getting a 6 of his very first delivery. Bharat Chipley again looks like the man in form. Started things off in Legends League with a 47. He's added another 42 to his tally. Whatever you see, everything is being middled from the bat. Those are the signs of a guy in good form. And he's enjoying himself out there in the middle. 42 of 22 as well. So clearly his strike rate is above 200 as well. That's see the partnership of 56 between Mosif and Chipley, 56 of 28. Then came a very crucial partnership between Rahul and Shoaib, 33 of 18, helping the Mumbai Spartans set up a very competitive total of 160 on the board.
Yeah, these were the wickets to fall. Spartans, of course, losing one very early. It was Chadwick Walton who was backed by Negi, and then it was the spin show. Shadab Jakati and Samit Patel together spinning a web around the Mumbai Spartans, middle order in particular. Lots of wickets falling quickly, Arjun, and that's when they look like they might get bowled out for something very, very low. But then the lower order just managed to elongate that. This was a great bit of work from Amit Pavnikar, who had a good day behind the stumps. Watch the speed of thought there in quickly getting across to the ball and then running out Asad Pathan with just one stump to aim at.
Yes, that 90-degree angle, isn't it? He's had a wonderful day behind the stumps. Shadab Jakati in that interview with you as well was all praises for his wicketkeeper. Also mentioned that it's not an easy wicket to keep on, giving the uneven nature and the kind of spin on offer as well. Here's a look at the bowlers. Jakati getting there it is. Whenever a camera comes on them, just see them transform, turn into something else. Here you go, 1, 2, 3, and the camera spotted you. There you go. It's been that sort of a story. Whenever Pawan Negi and his field come on to play, the people of Haldwani, the people of Nainital never ever disappoint. And that's the way any cricket game should ever be. That's the beauty of watching cricket in our country. Young and old, families, everyone love to come to the stadium, enjoy the experience. But when you're talking about this part of the world, what's the food like? Let's tell you a bit more. Bayan, have you had dinner?
No, absolutely not. That's a raw nerve right now.
That was exactly set up for you by me. But yeah, it's wonderful to see that. The weather is lovely. You love to go out and eat at those food stalls in the streets, out in the city. I'm guessing everyone enjoys a night out, and it's a night out that's definitely been. You've come out to watch some of the stars of yesteryears, whether it be international stars like Srisant or stars on the domestic circuit who played for so long. That's the beauty of Legends League 4.0. Let's first give you a sum up of exactly how things have turned out. Now remember, the Mumbai Spartans won the toss. S. Srisant deciding that you need to win the toss and bat first. But this is what happened before that. India Tigers, the first time they played this season, match number 2 versus the Royal Riders Punjab. Batting first scored 168 for 8. And in response, the Royal Riders could only muster up 148 with the Negi, Patel and of course Mendes amongst the wicket. Tells you why that so many are calling them favourites for this season.
And this was that partnership in that match where Pawan Negi got together with Kuldeep Hooda. The team was 61 for 5 when they came together and just cracked on and pulled away. We still have to get a full update, I suppose, on Pawan Negi, whether he'll bat today. It looked a little dazed. He got struck on his left ear, somewhere near his left ear while fielding. little bit of an unfortunate bounce, and that might enforce a change, at least in terms of the batting order.
Meanwhile, we're enjoying these dance steps. Keep going, young lady. There you go. The camera spotted you. Aha, aha. She's got a rhythm, there's no doubt about it. Shrikant will be coming to bowl the first over. Hopefully he's picked up some rhythm as well. We saw him bowl that one over, didn't see him bowl any more after that. And I'm guessing this capacity, there you go.
And he loves his dance moves, we know that. Won a dance reality show. He's also acted in films. He also fancies himself as a bit of a singer.
Yeah, I've been there firsthand. Listen to his singing. Remains to see. I'm guessing the first over will be bowled by Shrikant. But how, of course, the first 3 days have panned out for the team that's chasing, that the first 10 overs seems to be on point, but then in between overs 10 to 15 is where the bowling side seems to come out on tops. And I'm guessing that's going to be on the minds of the India Tigers and their batsmen, that if you could just control a bit, capitalize on the first 6, take it easy in 7 to 15, and then cash in the last 5.
Yeah, good to see the impacts are being used, because we can see Tilak Ratne Dilshan. So ostensibly he's the one who's replaced Pawan Negi. We will wait for the confirmation, but he's walking out with Amitoj Singh. This should be box office stuff. Shrikant to Dilshan. That's as good as Legends League cricket gets.
Yeah, the other player out with Tilak Ratne Dilshan is Amitoj Singh. Dilshan wasn't amongst the runs in that first game, but just take a look at him. Still looks as fit as ever. The Dilshan that we've come to love and we've come to know for so many years with his heroics in international cricket. And how about this man as well? Such a successful career he's had. Shrikant, the T20 champion, World Cup champion, and was always, when he was in his prime, he was really good with the ball. The way he would seam that ball, especially in those seaming conditions, it was a treat to watch.
Yeah, and he's already enjoyed himself with the bat. Really walked out with a bit of swagger. Promptly played his first ball for 6. Got dismissed of the third. Again looking for a big one.
Meanwhile, here's confirmation of that impact sub that you were talking about, the mine. Abu Nechim is the player that's been substituted, and in his place coming up to bat, not a bad option, a certain someone by the name of Tilak Ratne Dilshan. I wonder what he's done in international cricket before this. Here you go again, just in case you missed it. So the impact sub has been used this time again by the Mumbai Spartans as well. Bharat Chapley has been substituted in his place. Ishwar Chaudhary will be coming in to bowl 4 overs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. How do they approach pace, and how soon do Mumbai Spartans turn to spin themselves?
Yeah, you can see the crowd has already started chanting Shrikant, 13 innings, 216 runs at a strike rate of 124. Knowing all too well that the first 6 is where you need to capitalize from a batting perspective. How about that for a career now? 217 innings, more than 5,000 runs, strike rate of 122, 34 half centuries, which includes 1 century as well.
Not the most flattering still picture there, almost as if he was caught by surprise. But Shrikant is always camera ready, camera friendly.
Yeah, his hair is looking perfect. Some people just have that skill, don't they? Here's ball number 1, and off we go. Oh! That is the kind of start everyone in this stadium would have been hoping for. It was worth it. It was perfect. What a way to get going. It was coming, a ball perfectly bowled by Shrikant, wicket of his first delivery. What a start for the Spartans.
That's a test match dismissal, and it's absolute perfection from Shrikant. Pitched up, a little bit of outswing, goes for the drive, lulls him into it, outside edge, carries comfortably. Good catch by Chadwick Walton, and smart captaincy because he's also placed him slightly wider at slip. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, how he wanted to tempt Amitoj, how he wanted to snaffle him, and that's exactly what he's done. It's a golden duck for Amitoj Singh, none for 1.
Oh yeah, just pitched up a little this time. But what a start. Just the kind of start that you would have wanted. It's blockbuster all the way. And wherever S. Sreesanth goes, blockbuster invariably follows him.
And it's just that momentum. They scored 55 of their last 5 overs. And that kind of momentum has now brought them this early wicket as well. So they're really well in this game. And that's the reason why they've started so well.
I'd give credit to Chadwick Walton as well, out there in the slips. Never easy. And the first ball of the innings comes at you. It helped that the ball was not bowled at 150. It was probably bowled at close to about 120. So the ball took its time to get to Chadwick Walton, and you've got to give him credit for making sure that he executed the catch properly. And now the pressure is on. It is definitely on. Dilshan versus Sreesanth. He goes for it again, and he does it yet again. Wow! What an over this is turning out to be. S. Sreesanth, you beauty. All the people from Haldwani have all made their way to the stadium for exactly this. For moments like this. He's done it time and again when he wore the India jersey, and he's doing it now in the Legends League.
Yeah, almost a replay of the previous dismissal. Once again pitched up, a hint of outswing. Dilshan, minimal foot movement, looks for the drive, big booming drive that he's famous for. Gets a thick outside edge, a little bit of a juggle, but he holds on, and that's all that counts. Chadwick Walton, second catch for him, second wicket for Sreesanth, and inside 3 balls, this India Tigers innings has been absolutely rocked. 1 for 2.
Wow, what a start. I don't think I've ever seen a start like this in a game. New batsman that's come in is Kamau Levrock. 42 innings so far, and this stadium is definitely on. If you thought this stadium was not rumbling, just do make your way outside and you just figure out how the crowd is reacting to Sreesanth. 3 deliveries bowled, 2 wickets taken, one of them being Dilshan. Here's delivery number 4. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's looking good. He's looking very good. He's getting a bit of swing as well. What a start it's been, chasing 161 the buy, and there you go. This was the first one.
Yeah, perfect bowling. Just in that channel outside off stump. Early on, any batter will always just have that chance, that risk of edging it when they go for those drives. And that's good bowling. That's very good bowling. Good catching as well.
You've seen him do that time and time and again, and that's the beauty of the Legends League. Amit Ponnekar at the other side has just been watching what's been happening. Yeah, that's much better. Not falling into the trap of that and swinging against it, knowing that the bowler is definitely on right now. So he played the waiting game, but this was the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Dilshan had to play a big role. 161 is not an insubstantial total on this kind of ground. You would think that's probably closer to 190 on a regular pitch. And he's been so good that the fire brigade has actually been called in. Sreesanth is on fire. It's somewhere close to where deep point is for the left-hander.
Oh, you weren't joking. So you're actually saying the fire brigade has been called in. I'm trying to find out where the fire brigade is. Meanwhile, it seems like something is going on. Sreesanth has just fallen down. But what an over it's been. At the end of first over, 3 for 2, the India Tigers. What a start it's been to this game. 160 is what the Mumbai Spartans made, and then of course in the chase, the India Tigers have been rattled and how by S. Sreesanth in that very first over, getting a wicket on the first and third delivery of that first over, getting rid of Tilakratne Dilshan in that first over. 3 for 2, and there you go. Don't they love him? They absolutely love him, and he responds each and every time.
Yeah, even in the last match, he had bowled a perfect first over, hadn't any wickets to show for it, but he had those this time. The first one right outside, and then Dilshan also facing the same way, caught by Chadwick Walton at first slip.
Now I wonder now if Sreesanth is going to come on to bowl a second over, because in that first match he bowled that one over and then you didn't see him bowl another over after that. Meanwhile, here's the second over. Ishwar Chaudhary now. Yeah, that is wayward. That is wayward, and it's going to be the first boundary of the innings. He's not going to leave that. 4 runs for Amit Pawnikar.
Yeah, Pawnikar's had a good day. He was exceptional with the gloves, especially against the spinners. And he started with the bat well here. First boundary in this entire innings. Just way down the leg side. We saw a few of these freebies even when the Mumbai Spartans were batting. So that's one clue for the faster bowlers. Don't stay onto the pads on a pitch like this and a field like this where the dimensions aren't great.
I just have to say that first over, the thing that really stood out, of course, the obvious is you got those 2 wickets, but it was the length, it was the line, it was test match type length and line. Don't go wayward, and the batsman can fall in your trap, because Ishwar Chaudhary is so far off from that first over. He's still finding that correct line and length.
Yeah, the India Tigers just need to take a little bit of a deep breath. It's easy to get blown away once you had that kind of one over against you. But you still have decent depth in your batting lineup. It's not inconceivable that you can still come back into this match. Yes, you've lost your opening linchpin in Tilakratne Dilshan, but you still have enough overs to come back into this.
Nah, he's still finding it. He is still finding it, and in the process, you're just giving more time to the India Tigers to settle in. Settle in after the storm that they had to face in that first over. He's already given away 6 runs in this, and he's only bowled 1 delivery so far. Yeah, it helps that, of course, your captain is there and he's bowled that first over the way he did. At that time, probably you don't want to give too many instructions to a bowler who's already thinking within himself, I'm not getting it right. You just want to tell him, go again. You can do it time and time again. Let's see what we see now. Nah, not at all. And this is going to go from bad to worse. There is a fielder there, so he's avoided the boundary. So now he's given away 8 runs. There are 4 wides in this over, and he's only bowled that 1 ball so far.
Yeah, just needs that hand over the shoulder from the skipper. Ironically, last match it was Sreesanth who set him up, bowled a beautiful first over, and then Ishwar got the wicket of Hashim Amla with his very first ball. So it's not that he's not being among the wickets, but just struggling right now with his radar. It's also a right-left combination, so that can also be sometimes a bit upsetting for the bowler.
Yeah, you got to alter your line, you got to alter that length as well. Now this is much better. This is much better. There you go. The captain applauding his team, but this was the first over.
Yeah, not as good as this. Just outside off stump, little bit of swing. Then when played by Pawnikar, then Dilshan, the big fish. And even Leverov had a little bit of a tough time. This was also beautifully bowled. But sensible batting after that, those first 3 balls. All action, lots of commitment, plenty of hair flying about.
Oh, that's much better. That is much better. Rahul Yadav from behind the stumps is appealing. It's going to be half-baked for sure because his bowler and captain aren't buying in. But that is much better. And that is the way you want to continue to keep on the pressure. There you go. Good line again. It's that kind of line, the line where you're forcing the batsman to say, come hit me. And if you miss, you're in all sorts of trouble.
And it's the second one that Leverov has had a bit of a wild swing at, even the last ball of the previous over. Just needs to settle himself. Still plenty of overs. Another wide. There is a temptation, of course, to maximize the power play, but first you have to get your eye in.
You mean from the batsman's perspective? Not from the bowler who's given away 5 wides already in this over. Yeah, the captain, of course, is got a few choice words now for Ishwar Chaudhary. All the pressure that he's made in that first over, and he's having a conversation with the umpire out there as well, as Sreesanth. You could say whatever about him, but you can't doubt his commitment. He has been fully committed from day one in Legends League 4.0.
I wonder if Sreesanth is pulling out the old gully cricket trick that we used to have when a bowler's struggling. Baby over. You must have been a prime contender for a few baby overs in your time.
I was only baby over. Only 3 deliveries bowled now. Will he, won't he? That's the question. He will. Oh, and in the process, it looks like there is a fielder there. So they'll get that 1 run. He's bowled 4 deliveries now. There are still 2 remaining.
Yeah, massive role coming up later for KC Karyappa. They've also got Amit Verma in that lineup, who bowls a bit of leg spin. It's a good Mumbai Spartans bowling lineup, and if they get that good start as they have done. Pawan Negi, what position will he bat at? That will be a big question. They've also got Jivan Mendes, they've got Samit Patel, and of course Kuldeep Hooda, top scorer from the first match.
Oh, much better. Much, much better. And what really stood out in that one was that he pulled back the pace. So once you pull back the pace, you can concentrate on the line and length.
Yeah, interesting. Just sent it with a little bit of a scrambled seam, pitched and then straightened. That's why Pavnekar was found wanting in terms of finding the right timing on it. It's not been a bad over per se. He has given away 10 runs, but most of them have been wayward. But since that boundary, it's been good when he's found his radar.
Yeah, you said it. They'll steal the 1 run. 12 runs coming off it. End of the second over, 14 for 2. Right, the India Tigers in all sorts of trouble. That first over by S. Sreesanth, captain of the Mumbai Spartans, getting a wicket on the very first delivery, Amitosh Singh, and then of course getting Dilshan in the third delivery of that first over. Both of them packed, sent back to the dugout. And now on the crease are Pawnikar and Lev Rock. We thought possibly that Sreesanth might be coming in to bowl a second over, but he's done exactly what he did in the first game. It's now time for Subodh Bhati.
You know, Arjun, in the English language, Spartan, of course, the proper noun does refer to Sparta, ancient Sparta, but it also means miserly, very economical. So maybe Sreesanth is just living up to that name. He wants to be economical with his star presence. Just those odd overs, those odd glimpses of his star presence.
Yeah, I think that's too much analysis.
Where's my raise?
It's coming with the fire brigade. But we'll keep on waiting. We'll keep on waiting and hope that we get to see another over by S. Sreesanth. Meanwhile, Subodh Bhati put out a decent spell in that first match versus the India captains. Here he is with his first deliveries. See where he's coming from, especially you take a look at that run-up. He charges in, but then the pace of the delivery is a little different.
Yeah, he's actually a very clever bowler, especially for this kind of cricket. Lots of changes up, and that's what he'll look to do in these initial overs as well. Even though it's a newish ball, I don't think he'll go too much for pace, lots of off pace, and he's got a fielder for similar deliveries as well.
Yeah, if he could get a visual, and that's good fielding there. Very good fielding there. He's definitely saved 4 runs. Mausif Khan put in quite a show with the bat, and now when he's balled on to throw his body on the line, save a few runs for his team, he's done exactly that.
Yeah, and it's a good point because fielding was a bit of a difference. India Tigers, or rather, India Tigers, when they were on the field, there were some good catches taken, great wicket keeping as well, and that probably chopped off about 15-20 runs from the eventual score. So the Mumbai Spartans also have to reply with good performances in the field.
Just in case you don't like the commentary, you know exactly who is commentating right now. Do reach out to us. Feedback, as always, is appreciated. Quite a long run-up, and it's quite a unique run-up, I have to say. I wish we could get a replay of his run-up, because he starts off somewhere far left, and then he keeps coming in, and straightens out then.
Yeah, our colleague Rajat cheekily observing something, but which I thought of even on the first day. It's got a run-up similar to Malcolm Marshall from that great West Indies team. But I think it's about 30 kilometers per hour slower.
Yeah, I think it's 35 kilometers per hour slower. Nonetheless, if he gets a wicket, no complaints whatsoever. He's been good so far, keeping in mind that Ishwar Chaudhary bowled so many wides in the over before this. It's been a tidy over, only the 3 runs from it. And the Tigers, it must be said now, really under pressure in the power play.
Yeah, and it's a good over to just back up that last over, which was a touch expensive. 11 of that Ishwar over. So now Subodh Bhati just pulling things back. I'm sure we are going to see spin soon, maybe even the 4th over.
Yeah, who do they have for spinners? Now, very close, inches close. Bhati knows he was very close to getting his first wicket. Levrock, for all the time that he spent on the crease, has just not looked comfortable.
Yeah, Mumbai Spartans have the likes of Manan Sharma. They've got Amit Verma. So there are some decent options in those.
Yeah, Amit Verma was pretty good in that first game. Got 3 wickets as well, got 2 in his first over. Here's the final delivery of this one. Yeah, he's gone long. That's going to do him a world of good as far as his confidence is concerned. Levrock getting his first 4 of the innings as the Tigers move on to 21 for 2 after 3. Yeah, after 3 overs, the Tigers 21 for 2. The Spartans at this time were 28 for 1. And they would go on to, of course, get close to about 60 runs in that power play. Large parts of that were courtesy of Bharat Chipley. But now comes the danger. And you called it perfectly, Divine. Spin is on show now. KC Kariyappa put on quite a showing in that first game. 58 matches, 58 wickets in his T20 career. But in that first game of the Legends League, he was just looking unplayable. The control that he was showing, the kind of spin that he was getting, he was making it very difficult for the India captain's batsman.
Yeah, a bit of a character, came through in Karnataka cricket, really excelled at the KPL to begin with, then walked into IPL as well. Yay! Oh, that was close. There was a little bit of a carom ball and just flicked it the other way. And Pawnekar didn't pick it up off the fingers.
That's so difficult, isn't it? That's their biggest skill. The mystery spinners, especially when you use your fingers and you flick it in a way to just about get enough revs and get that spin off the surface. Now he goes a lot flatter. He goes a lot flatter. And he's got that up his sleeve. He's done, of course, he's shown you 2 different ways of bowling a delivery now.
Yeah, it's round arm and that's why it's just spun away viciously. That'll sow some seeds of doubt in the batter's mind. And now he's got a splip in place. This is good captaincy from Srisant.
Oh yeah, he's a skillful bowler. There's no doubt about it. I remember the time when he was discovered in the Karnataka League, was bought for big money in the IPL. Didn't quite turn out the way you would expect his trajectory to go in the IPL. But nonetheless, he's made quite a name for himself in domestic cricket. And again, it's just, I call him the thinking bowler. All the mystery spinners, the way they, of course, go about using their fingers. The key is that the batsman should not be able to read it. And that's where they win. Goes a lot flatter. Round arm, as we saw a little earlier. Levrock, has he just about got enough? It looks like he's got enough. So now he's got back-to-back fours in his innings.
Yeah, the difference here was just the length was much shorter than what he's been bowling till now. And that allowed Levrock to just go onto the back foot and work it away. Still inside the power play. Srishant, he'll be disappointed with that. Just didn't read the spin there.
Yeah, I think should have been saved ideally. Manan Sharma was giving a chase in the process, just couldn't do so. So 5 runs have come out this over. They seem to be getting a move on now. Back-to-back boundaries in 2 successive overs for the Tigers. And it'll do them a world of good. This partnership now of 25. And they need to hang on at least till the end of the power play.
You've played a bit of club cricket in Bengaluru, and the reason why Karnataka seems to produce so many good spinners, finger spinners, wrist spinners, mystery spinners, is because a lot of that cricket is played on matting wickets. So matting makes a difference. There's a little bit more. As a batter, you know that the ball will skid on. So as a bowler to survive, especially in T20 cricket, you need a few tricks up your sleeve. It's not so much like the north where you play mostly on turf, and that's why it produces greater fast bowlers.
That's wonderful inside the band. Thanks for that. Still got 1 delivery remaining in this over. Final delivery of the 4th over. I think it's going to be a wide. Yeah, you don't see that too often with KC Kariyappa. Because generally when you see him bowling, he's not too happy with that decision as well. You see a lot of control in the way he bowls. And Rahul Yadav cheekily is saying, let's review it. Seems to be having a good time. There it is.
It's insane turn for a carom ball. This is really skillful from Kariyappa.
That one came darting in. 4 overs done, 27 for 2 Tigers. Yeah, it's good to see, of course, the crowd is on their feet. And they've been like this all evening long. It's a Saturday evening. And if you're anywhere around Haldwani, make sure you make your way to the Indira Gandhi Stadium. Yes, sir, you're not playing the game. But it's nice to see the enthusiasm coming in from everyone. Young and old, families. Everyone is here. Subodh Bhati coming in for a 2nd over. There it was. Is there a fielder there? Yes, there is. Ishwar Chaudhary grabbing hold of that catch. Subodh Bhati getting his first wicket.
Yeah, very curious cricket because Pavnikar for the longest time wanted to let it go. It was a very delayed decision to actually go for that shot, and that's why he completely mistimed it. Look here, he's about to leave it, then he looks to have a poke at it. That's why it comes off just about the top side of the bat, and it's a comfortable catch. Needed to clear that short third. Subodh Bhati is absolutely thrilled to bits.
Yeah, he knows exactly that that delivery didn't come off the way he wanted it to do. Nonetheless, he's got a wicket. He's got a wicket. It went too short. Pavnikar bought the bait, and in the process, he's lost his wicket. 3rd wicket gone for the Tigers. Pavnikar goes for 10 of 12, 27 for 3. .27 for 3. Just hasn't gotten going for them in the power play for the India Tigers. They couldn't care. The crowd couldn't care what's going on in the middle of the game. They've come to enjoy themselves. Samit Patel has looked like quite a handful with the ball. He's looked extremely good, but he's now got to turn it on with the bat. Yeah, that one came in. A bit of swing as well on offer. Gets off the mark.
Yeah, inside edge could have so easily gone onto the stumps and would have been a second wicket in this over for Subodh. Bang decent shot, and Paunikar actually initially ducking, so he wanted to leave it alone, and then just the slowness of the pace forced him to rethink. Was enough time to probably invest in mutual funds as well.
Or probably they call it the super slow-mo of that bouncer, and they're having a laugh. It's nice to see they're having a laugh. It's so good to see that guys have given so much to the game for so long that you have tournaments like these where you can come back and relive those moments, relive the dressing room tales, the camaraderie with all your players, the jokes, because wherever sportsmen go, jokes and making fun of your fellow teammates goes hand in hand. Legends League Cricket, K Rasa Legends League Cricket 4.0 in front of you. Hashtag boss logo ka game. And slowly but surely now the crowds have started coming in. Today's a Saturday. I'm guessing we're expecting bigger crowds tomorrow as well. It's a Sunday. So wherever you are, if you're close by, close to Haldwani, Rudrapur, make sure you make your way to the Indira Gandhi Stadium. Ooh, that was a good delivery. That was a very good delivery.
Yeah, Leverock comes from the West Indies, and that was pretty much like what a West Indian would bowl in his prime. A bit like Malcolm Marshall, this one. On a length and just nipping away. Oh, beautiful. Too good for him. That's exactly what Leverock is saying. How am I supposed to play that?
Yeah, it's that line. He's coming from over the wicket, so of course he's always taking it away from him. So from a batsman's perspective, you're thinking, should I go or should I not? And you put him in two minds yet again. This time he was ready for it. This time he was ready for it. The fielder is placed there, so he's only going to get the one run, but it's been a good over again. Just the 3 runs off it so far. 7 balls now, or rather 8 balls now, since the Tigers have hit a boundary, and we're in the power play right now.
Yeah, things have just been pulled back quite well. The way that these two players have been going about it. Still some batting, of course, especially the heroes of their first match, Kuldeep as well as Negi yet to come. But they do need a partnership here, a decent partnership to take them through till at least about 11th and 12th overs or so.
Yeah, it's been a very good over. Well done, Sumit Bhati. Just the 2 runs coming off it after 5, 25, 29 for 3.
Match summary, it's all about Sreesanth. 2 wickets in his very first over. And breaking news, he's picked up the ball again for his second over. So only the first time in this tournament that he's bowling his second over. Lower punch through towards deep point. Ajit Bhatia is back on commentary. And to welcome him, we have these beautiful visuals of the most important stakeholder in any sport, the fans.
Well, that's the best part about the stadium. People are enjoying each and every moment here, especially the first over of Sreesanth, taking those 2 wickets, Amitos and then Dilshan. And now he's back for the second over because this is the last over of the power play. Oh, what a fielding. KC Kariyappa giving his best, diving towards his right, making sure that he has to stop that ball just before the boundary.
Yeah, it was crisply struck. Sumit just walking down the pitch and then whipping it away. A little bit of a bad bounce as well, but great fielding because he kept his eyes on the ball. Basics very well done. Good athletic fielding as well by KC Kariyappa.
They're giving his best. Sreesanth trying his best to consistently ball the Yorkers, and that's how you get that kind of control, that where you want to ball, you are able to ball in those areas.
Now the India Tigers clearly not the bosses of the power play, either with bat or ball. because the two highest scores in the power play have come when they've been bowling. 70 for 2, 69 for 2 today. And before today, they also have the lowest power play score with the bat, which was 36 for 3 in their previous match. On course to maybe bettering that or worsening that record today. An only team, in fact, to have lost 3 wickets in the power play. This has been smacked away. Slower ball attempted, picked up by Leverock, and that's 4.
Leverock able to judge the length of the ball as well as that slow one. Ample of time where he can just put the ball into the gap. That's what you have to do, especially when the ball is new.
He almost had to overstretch himself to get to that, but once he did, he was always going to place it to perfection. This is running away as well off the inside edge for 4 more. A little bit of luck, no doubt. But that's taken them past that lowest score in the power play with the bat.
Crowd enjoying each and every moment right now. Not able to get that kind of connection, but once the ball crosses the 30-yard, it's not going to stop. Manan Sharma diving to his left, but still not able to touch the ball.
Yeah, quite a contrast to his opening over. 10 already. Another slow ball. Could be a run out. Needs a direct hit. Doesn't get it. 11 of the over. Power play completed. 40 for 3. India Tigers. Yeah, massive contrast. 29 runs behind, 1 excess wicket also conceded. But then the middle overs were quite different. India Tigers pulled themselves back into it thanks to some exceptional left-arm spin, particularly from the likes of Shadab Jakati as well as Samit Patel. Now we are seeing another left-arm spinner coming in.
Manan Sharma, 26 matches, 32 wickets. I think it's going to be a very important spell for Manan. We can see how spinners can change the game. So far the match is going towards Spartan, not given many runs, especially in the power play. Manan Sharma, very experienced guy.
Yeah, of the previous over, the very last ball, slow ball, played away on the onside and immediately ran. That's probably what might have saved him in the end, but I suspect a direct hit, yeah, he would have been short.
I think once the ball came into the hand, he was very sure that he has to just aim those 3 stumps. It's the speed of the ball after pitching which is actually giving trouble to the batter. Some balls are keeping low as well. I think you have to be in control. And especially if a left-hander is playing to a left-arm spinner, you can always take a chance.
Rajat, what we also notice in the evenings, the wet temperature cools down a little bit. We see a bit of a breeze. We see those shirts also just billowing a little bit. So how does the spinner use that to his advantage? Here it seems like it's flowing across Manan and his body. He's got a little bit of cross breeze to work with.
I think you have to see the positive things rather than things which are going against you. Manan Sharma is an experienced guy. He must have bowled so many times when the breeze must have gone against him. What a shot that was. Proper connection, giving Patel that boundary which was required at this moment.
Yeah, he's a left-arm spinner himself, so I would think that he's up to the tricks of Manan Sharma. Very quickly into position, And he smacked that straight towards where that fire brigade is parked as well. Not too far from that.
I think Manan should try to turn the ball instead of just bowling flat. Oh, that's a good thing. Getting wicket for his team, bringing that pressure onto the Tigers. Smith Patel had no clue. He thought about the turn, but the ball just held its line.
Yeah, last season's top wicket taker Manan Sharma strikes in his very first over. That's perfection from a left-arm spinner's perspective. And Samit Patel should know. There's the signature celebration. Yeah, don't need binoculars for that wicket. Comfortable one. Samit Patel, disappointing. 6 for him. 45 for 4 Tigers.
Well, yeah, that's the sign what Manan was making out. You could see a guy sitting in the crowd using those binoculars. Manan Sharma, the round arm action, making sure that he keeps the batsman guessing. And then his signature style.
Yeah, in comes the hero with the bat in the previous match. As Sreesanth continues, this is an interesting decision as well. He's got that little breeze as well to work with. But now India Tigers in a little bit of a pickle. And plenty up to the left-handed Kamau Leverok. In fact, I erroneously mentioned he's from West Indies. He's actually from Bermuda, Rajat. A friend in the commentary box, Rishabh, just informed me that he's actually the nephew of Dwayne Leverok, who produced one of the enduring images of the 2007 World Cup. The big guy who took a diving catch away to his right off the bat of Robin Uthappa, if memory serves me right. Oh, that's a good shot from his nephew, Kamau Leverok. Taking full toll of a foolish ball from Sreesanth. Begins with a boundary.
First ball boundary, it's going to put pressure on Sreesanth. Even though the connection wasn't there, but still that power into this stroke gave him this boundary.
He's batting well, 27. Just needs to carry on. Losing wickets at the other end, but he's one batter who's looked quite impressive right through this day, especially against the fast bowling. 50 comes up, but it's come at a cost, and the cost was initially borne by the captain, Sreesanth. Exceptional. 2 great balls to set the ball rolling.
Well, getting Amitoz and Dilshan was very important. Then Bhati getting the 3rd wicket, and then Manan Sharma getting dangerous Samit Patel.
Yeah, Kuldeep, of course, top scorer in the previous match, 48 of 38. Spoke with us before the match, talked about how he loves batting in different situations, assessing the conditions. At the moment, it's a tricky one. Required run rate close to 9 on this pitch. Difficult challenge, but I'm sure he's really enjoying coming out in this situation.
Well, definitely when the start of the tournament, if you get runs, it gives you confidence in the upcoming matches, and I am sure that kind of confidence is required right now. Current run rate is 6.80, required is 8.80. They have to really think about getting runs. At the same time, they also have to think that not losing wickets.
That was an interesting action. Sreesanth pulling off an Usman Tariq almost, or a Kedar Jadhav.
Srishant trying to break the momentum of Leverock. Sometimes these kind of actions actually creates a little doubt in the batter's mind. But you have to be sure about your line and length, and sometimes it can even injure your shoulder.
Yeah, just not using that leading arm at all in these last two balls. Worked one time, but the second time it goes for a wide. And Rishabh also reassures me that there is a West Indies link to Leverock. He also has another uncle, Alvin Greenwich, no relation of Gordon Greenwich, who played for the West Indies. Slower ball. He's been dealing mostly in slower balls lately.
Srishant trying his best to finish this over on a higher note. You can easily make out from his grip that he's going to ball an off spin. The only thing is that what kind of speed is going to come out from his hand.
This time the leg spin played away by Kuldeep for a single. That's the over as well. 54 for 4.
Timeout, that is over.
54 for 4. Oh, what a beautiful sight that is, just outside the stadium. This is not so great if you're an India Tigers fan, but we have seen these middle overs sometimes turn matches. The bad news though, rarely has it happened in favor of the team chasing. However, lots of hopes from Kamau Leverock, who's looked good. 5 fours in his innings of 29 from 26. Rajat, what has he done better than the other batters?
But the best part about him is that he knew like this pitch is going to be a real challenge for him. So he's trying his hard and trying his best to stay there, targeting few bowlers. I'm very sure that the local batters like Kuldeep can help him and tell him like what he can be doing against other bowlers like Manan. You don't play these bowlers on a regular basis, so whenever you play, you need some kind of tips, some kind of advice from the end, from the other end. Like what right now it's happening, what Kuldeep is doing.
Yeah, Manan pretty much taking a leaf out of the Shadab Jakati book. Just pitching it on a length, not looking to do anything extraordinary. He knows there's enough assistance on this wicket.
And the best part about his bowling right now is like the way he's bowling with the round arm action. Batters sometimes think that it's not going to turn, it's going to come in, but the moment you step out or you stay away from the ball, like previous ball, it can turn anytime. And some balls can really skid through. The way he got Smith Patel out, you can always be in doubt the moment the ball comes out of the hand.
Yeah, this one really went on and surprised Kuldeep as well. 4 top-class deliveries. Can he keep up the pressure and finish this over off well? Yeah, only a single, so still a very tidy over.
67 balls, 106 required. Leverock, 26 ball, 29. Kuldeep, he's just new to the crease. Wickets started falling on the regular interval. And I'm sure you have to target a bowler. You need some good overs.
Wild swing. No connection in the end, or not substantial enough anyway. Outstanding over from Manan Sharma, just one of it. 9 overs bowled, 55 for 4, and umpire Ravi Kaushik tells us to take a break for the strategic timeout. Yeah, this is a beautiful sight. Crowds coming in, thronging in for the Legends League Cricket Season 4. Keep them coming at the Indira Gandhi International Stadium in Haldwani. Beautiful sights here. This is how this game is poised. India Tigers, you would say, are a little behind, but they can come back into this, especially if Kamau Leverov can play a big innings, 29 at the moment. But there are still substantial overs of spin left. KC Karyappa has only bowled one. Manan Sharma has bowled a couple. And they also have the leg spin of Amit Verma as an option. Rajat, I'm sure you are inspired by these crowds as well. I'm sure you are waiting for your turn to pull out some of those dance moves as well.
Well, yes, during timeouts, you can always see the moves because I'm sitting just next to you. But what kind of entertainment people get here? You get to see your own stars, then your favorite music. People here would love to see their stars giving their best, especially a local boy like Negi. Karyappa back into the attack. He's going to make things difficult because he always go for the turn.
He bowled almost exclusively carom balls in his first over, but this was the conventional off spin, which is why it's probably missing leg stump. I think he knows as well. He was the first one to discourage Rahul Yadav. Rahul seems to appeal for everything. He's one of those keepers.
See, sometimes when you talk about those mystery spinners, even the normal delivery coming out from their hand, you always think as if there is something different coming out. I feel if you can watch the hand carefully and then take a decision rather than just thinking like there is always something mystery coming out, it's going to always bother you. So I think right now, the way this pitch is behaving, instead of trying to hit shots, you should always think about what you can do best against Karyappa. If you're going to just free your arms like this, you're going to miss more and there are more chances of you throwing your own wicket.
Yeah, the required run rate creeps up to 10. It's not going to be easy from here on this pitch. We have seen teams struggle to chase. And as they say in English, and in coaching in particular, always play the ball, don't play the bowler. There are some bowlers around the world, the late Shane Warne, you always got the impression some teams played the bowler rather than the ball. And maybe even with these mystery spinners like KC Karyappa, that's a mistake that teams are making.
See, I think they should be looking to take singles on regular intervals rather than just thinking of hitting a boundary. Sometimes when you think about hitting a boundary, you don't even get a single. But sometimes when you try to just to get a single, you get those boundaries.
Another very economical over, just 2 of it thus far. Whipped away, boundary to finish. Excellent finish to the over. 10 done, 61 for 4.
So halfway through this chase now, just the 61 on the board and a lot of air between those two wiggly worms, well behind the rate at the moment. But still 60 balls to play with, 4 wickets down, yes, but we know what Leverov can do. He's 30 from 29. Looks like he's going to need to try and push up through the gears as we go into the second half of this innings. But as we know, and we've mentioned already today, is that no chasing team has chased successfully so far in the tournament, and they were looking to try and change that today. At the moment, proving a struggle for the Tigers.
Subodh Bhati coming back into the attack, replacing Manan Sharma. He bowled 2 overs, had given 9 runs and got that 1 wicket. Leverock. He'll be trying his best to get those boundaries, and he got the boundary on the first ball.
Yeah, a bit of a drag down from Subodh Bhati to start the over, and just sat up, and someone with Leverock's power is not going to miss out of that. Out of the back of the hand, kept quite low in the end. He does well to get the elevation and just muscles it to the boundary.
Bhati not happy with the field, pointing out Rahul just to make the correction with the short fine leg or deep square leg fielder.
Yeah, he bamboozled him completely there, and Kuldeep at the other end is just watching this at the moment. We know what an impact he can have on the game. In their first game, he was really instrumental in having an impact. And today, he's just 8 from 11, but against that Punjab team, 48 from 38, and we chatted to him before the game. He was seeing it nicely in that game, and he needs to get himself on strike if he wants to try and hit like that again. At the moment, Leverock is 34 from 31. He's hit 6 fours along the way. And he's got a hold of that. That's gone all the way. He might have hit 6 fours, but he's now hit a monster 6.
Leverock completely nailed it. He knew that if he's going to bowl close to his body, he's going to just free his arms. What a shot. I think you need these kind of shots, especially from a batter who had played 32 balls so far.
Moves early, all along the carpet, 4 more. Already 14 from this over now. Could this be where the momentum swings?
Bhati finding it difficult against Leverock. Going round the wicket, trying to bowl a Yorker. But I think Leverock 1 step ahead of Subodh Bhati. What a shot that was. Right into the gap towards covers. Sweet timing. Leverock looking very stable and compact.
Oh, he's almost swung himself off his feet there. Talk about throwing everything at it.
I think when you are in a good rhythm, you should always continue and believe your instincts.
Yeah, he struck it so nicely this over. The first one just picked it up, sent for 4. This one got a hold of all of it, all the way, and then just gave himself room and pummels it along the carpet. Picked up again, and it's going to be 4 more. 18 runs from the over. 11 gone, 79 for 4. Look at that, the tall skyscraper there, 18 runs, by far the biggest over of the innings so far. But they're going to need a couple more if they're to drag themselves back in touching distance in this game. 82 now needed from the last 9 overs. It's not impossible at all. Leverock, he's 48 from 35 now, and Kuldeep, we saw what he did in their first game. He now has the opportunity to face Amit Verma into the attack for the first time today. And a tidy start.
He's a clever bowler, and you can always see the turn coming out from his hand. The only thing is required right now that you have to just make sure that you have to stop Leverock somehow.
Well, he was unstoppable in that last over, striking it so nicely. He's such a powerful hitter of a cricket ball, and when it's hit, it stays hit. 18 from that over, giving the nod to his partner at the other end. Right, we're not out of this, you know.
But he had no answers against Leverock. And Leverock still using the same formula, going for the boundaries. He's looking in a very good rhythm right now.
There's only one way he wants to play, really. Rolls the wrist over that, loses the grip slightly. Beautiful placement, bisects the fielders, and that's going to be 4.
Not trying too hard, Kuldeep. He knew what he has to do. Playing with calm and composure. Using his experience and just trying to put the ball into the gap. And the next ball, he's just going for the single. Clever batting from both the batsmen.
Yeah, so that equation now 75 from 49. It's not out of reach at all, especially if Leverock can just continue the momentum he had in the previous over. He's 49 from 36 now. Yeah! Big appeal, finger goes up. It won't be 50 for Leverock, who's just trapped in his crease. Bat goes under his arm, and he's going to head off.
Leverock just trying to go for that single, especially when you are at the score of 49. Verma pitched it up, but kept the low trajectory, confusing the batter completely. In front of the stumps, not going to review it, and umpire giving out. Shrishant must be relieved once Leverock got out. Leverock scored 49, Tigers 86 for 5.
So 5 down now, brings Pawanegi out to the middle. He took a little bop on the head earlier on the side of the neck. He's just showing it there. When everyone wants to have a look. But he's fine, he's been cleared to play. He'll have gone through all of the required tests. So 83 innings, strike rate 122. He's player of the match in their last game, 41 runs. And was part of a 64 partnership. So 41 in the last game for him. He needs to come out and do that again today, and quick fire, because 75 from 48 now with 5 wickets down. He was agonisingly close there, Leverock, to his half century, but being dismissed for 49 off 37. So an uphill battle this now for the Tigers.
Well, Kuldeep and Negi were the batsmen who actually did their job. Let's look at this wicket. Amit pitching the ball up, keeping it low, confusing the batter. The only ball what Leverock tried to just play a single. He should have just tried the same way like what he was doing so far. Well, they were not in that kind of situation when Kuldeep and Negi had that partnership the previous game. They were in the worst situation. This situation seems to be better than what it used to be.
He's finding a really good length here. There's causing batters to get stuck in two minds about whether to come forward and rock back, and that's what did for Leverock in the end. That little bit of fuller delivery and a bit of turn, and he was sent on his way. And now the two out in the middle struggling slightly.
Pawan Negi. He's the local guy. A lot of support he's going to get from the crowd. Rahul Yadav going for appeal. Looks like you are trying your best to confuse the umpire.
It's difficult to hear anything over this crowd. As soon as Pawan Negi came on strike, it was like the volume had just been turned up. And the real round arm, look at a bit of turn. I thought it was Mendes earlier who was getting the most turn out of this pitch, but again, spinners coming to the party.
I think you have to be very calculative. You should be thinking like, who are the other bowlers? I think Ishwar Chaudhary going to bowl at some stage. Even Srishant, he's got one more over. Subodh Bhati, on his second over, he's been hit so badly. 88 for 5.
.73 now needed off 42. The captain, Pawan Negi, just adjusting his protective equipment. Srishant, 2 wickets for him. He's still got an over up his sleeve. Still 1 for Subhat, 1 for Karyappa. So it'll be interesting to see how they mix it around. .73 off 42. Pawan Negi looks... he means business. And again, finding that bit of turn, scampering through. That's what they got to do. If you can't find boundaries, you've got to rotate that strike.
I think that's very important. You have to just rotate the strike. Playing dot ball actually puts a lot of pressure, and the more you want to play consistently one bowler, more deliveries, then there are more chances of getting out. It's always better just to think about rotating the strike.
That's exactly what they're doing out there at the moment. So Verma is only into his second over. He's been pretty economical and picked up a wicket, the key wicket as well. And this is what's to come still. So not necessarily men you would rely on for a big chase at the back end, but these two out in the middle are more than capable of leading this run chase.
Verma doing his job with the ball. And you can see the smile on India Tigers fan. Well, she might be Spartans fan, you never know.
So now 71 from 38. That required run rate up at 11.2. It's looking tricky. Really smart bowling this. Just the 2 from the over.
I think that's the problem. If you don't have a good footwork, then you always going to struggle against the spin. Sometimes you need to leave that crease just to go to the pitch of the ball. Otherwise, you'll find it difficult. End of 14th over, 90 for 5.
Needed from 36, and just look at that, the Wiggly Worms, they are catching up. It was that big over, 18 runs coming from it, but you can see that's exactly where the Spartans started to level out before they accelerated at the back end of that innings. Ball's just short.
Good captaincy by Srishant. I think he's not letting the pressure go, giving Karyappa his last over. I think Srishant is looking for the wicket.
Great work. Really tricky action to work with as well.
Not that easy to make out which side the ball will go. You have to watch the revolution of the ball.
First run off the over, but that required rate now up at more than 2 a ball.
Well, now it's going to get difficult. When you are batting first, you don't see any kind of target, but when you're batting second, it can get difficult.
Again, just tip and run. Every time you can sort of shut your eyes and you know when Power Negi is involved because the crowd just gets that little bit louder.
Well, you don't mind giving singles. And I think that's one of the things which is very important right now. That if you can save boundaries right now, you can always put that pressure onto the Tigers.
Yeah, this should just be one as well, just trotting through the single. Now 19 balls since they last found the boundary.
What a tournament so far. Every match seems to be very exciting. Last ball of this over. And it's a dot ball. After 15 overs, it's 93 for 5.
Still loving it, late bedtime for some of these kids, but it's Saturday night, why not? And all in here to enjoy the legends in action. 68 though needed from 30. Oh, that's a hell of a delivery. Just pushing at it, rehearses the shot.
And we've seen it in each and every match thus far. It's so difficult to get these quick runs against the spinners in the second innings. It just slows down a little, turns a bit more. And the spinners, to be fair, have bowled beautifully. Amit Verma has been superb with his variations right now.
Yeah, does well to keep his toe down, just. Bit of extra flight, skewed away, it's gonna land safe. Playing with fire though as they're trying to accelerate this run rate.
It's been a while since a boundary, 22 boundaries, 22 balls rather. And that's exactly why we are seeing a little bit of a desperation now coming in.
This time he connects and the crowd roars as Power Negi sends it for a maximum.
Yeah, that boundary drought is broken after 22 balls, and it's a great matchup because it's the leg spinner that Negi takes on, and he's absolutely nailed this slog sweep. Also brings up the 100 with that shot. Not too far behind where the Spartans were. They were at 106 for 5 at this stage, Georgie. So match could be on, especially with these two at the crease.
Really bit of turn there. There's a lot of rip in this pitch still. We've seen spinners dominate the last few days, and again they're having a go. So 107 at this point. So not far off at all, but this will really take a chunk out of that chase if he can get going. Happy to just turn it away for a single, but that required rate now at 14. But as you say, at this point 108 was on the board. They just went big in the last couple of overs. That's where it changed.
And they have some useful batting to come. They have Abhimanyu Mithun, who can throw his bat about quite well. They have Jeevan Mendes. And at the moment, they have Kuldeep, who has played this beautifully sensational shot. Oh, what a beautiful shot to finish the over.
So it brings the 16th to a close, 105 for 5. And with that, the teams come together for discussions during the strategic timeout. In the back end here, not too far behind where the Spartans were at this point, so we could be on for some fireworks into the final 4 overs here. And it is the crowd favourite Power Negi out there in the middle at the moment. What can he do? We've already seen a huge 6 off his bat. He's completely unperturbed by being hit earlier, and the fans, they just want to see 6s, they want to see thrilling cricket, and that is usually what the K Rasa Legends League delivers.
Oh yes, absolutely. 3 exciting games to begin with, and this is probably boiling up to become another instant classic. Require 14 runs and over. The last over produced 12, so pretty much on course. And that pair from the last match, which did all the repair work from 61 for 5 back then.
So Manoj Sharma back into the attack. 1 for 6 from his 2 so far. Misley and picking up a wicket. The left armour coming round the wicket. Won't mind singles at the moment because that required rate just being pushed up and up. 14.35 now, 55 runs. 55 runs needed off 23. It is fun, 55 funs.
Absolutely. Don't mind those 50 funs, but I tell you what, this is a good matchup because Kuldeep loves to go inside out. Smartly bowled, just withdrawing his length a little bit. Manan has bowled well into his 3rd over, just 1 wicket, but only 7 conceded. So doing the job for his captain. Good chances the skipper might come on for 1.
Bamboozled, completely bamboozled by the turn there.
Yeah, how decisive was that burst right at the top from Bharat Chipley, who we got a glimpse of sitting in the dugout. Got impact subbed out.
This one's slightly flatter from Sharma, and again can't get it through. Just the single from the over so far. Smart captaincy as well. Used his bowlers really nicely, his Sreesanth.
Quite incredible, Georgie. We haven't had a single half century since the very first innings. Sheldon Jackson. So well done to the bowlers.
And well done to the spinners in particular as well throughout all the games we've had so far. At required rate now up at 17.
Now they need one of those massive overs, don't they? Somewhere in the vicinity of 20, 24. Can come, but looks difficult, especially against spin. One more over of Amit Verma, potentially. And of course, Manan will have one more after this.
Very, very tidy over from Manan Sharma. 17 gone, 107 for 5. So it's still behind on the Wiggly Worms, but you can just see that it was in that back end where they really accelerated, just went skyward really. A few big overs at the end, getting themselves up to that 160. So 54 needed from the last 3 overs. Kuldeep played well in the first game, got to do it again. He's got to accelerate, they've got to find a boundary very soon. You need the big into the over, take a little bit of pressure off. But overs just no runs being leaked. The bowlers are being so tidy. Manan coming into the attack, just a couple of singles from his over, and Subodh Bhatti. So now going back to a bit of real pace. 1 for 27 from his 3 so far.
And this has to travel. This over has to go for 20 or more. This is the opening.
And that's a good start. It's what he needed. Used the pace, didn't quite middle it, but along the floor, bisecting the 2 fielders.
Yeah, Subodh's idea was right. It was a slower ball, but it was far too much in the slot. Needed perhaps to be a little bit fuller. And it was very nicely struck. He knew where the fielders were. He knew that there was a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. Needed to find the precise placement between the two. That's exactly what he does. Nelson.
Seemed to sort of move off the pitch, didn't it? Almost finding turn for the pacer. So now 49 needed off 16. Good bit of fielding as well. Looked like it was going to go fine enough to find another boundary. Required rate now at 18.
Yeah, the boundaries need to come from both ends. Pawan Negi will also fancy his chances. Very good square of the wickets, especially on the onside. If it's not a precise length, then you can bet your bottom dollar that he's going to go looking for that slog over the mid-wicket fence. And watch for that squirt down towards third as well.
In the block hole, dug out, but again, can only pick out the fielder. Nervous looking dugout for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll reflect on their bowling effort, because those 56 runs in the last 5 overs just gave a little bit of momentum, of which Mumbai Spartans fed off when they started this defense.
Oh, he's put it down. I think it's hit him. That's going to hurt. Oh. Check it off. No, lie down. That's really hurt. I think it's hit. Has it hit him in the knee or the shin? Whew. That is going to be such a mighty bruise tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Right onto the patella, one would think.
Really helpful from Sreesanth. Oh, just rub it. There you go. Fixed.
He has got the magic touch today. But yeah, I think a little unfair to classify that as a chance, much as it's unfair on Sreesanth's behalf there to have having a bit of a chuckle at his teammates' agony.
It's such a cricketer thing, isn't it, to laugh when your mates get hit. He hit this hard. Yeah, that's going to really, really hurt.
Yeah, side of the knee. Definitely going to be painful. At some stage, I'm sure he'll get up and run in for those remaining 2 balls that he has. But this is how the wickets fell. Beautiful opening over by Sreesanth.
Yeah, the captain started well. He put a slip in early on and it was effective for the first 2 wickets early on, getting them both without scoring. Some big ones as well, and then the third one to go down, Paunika for just 10, and just Manan Sharma adding 1 to his tally to see off Samit Patel. Bit of turn before he could reach his half century for Leverrock. So 113 for 5 now, 48 needed off 14. The bowlers, they've been impressive, haven't they?
Yeah, much better in terms of a combined performance. A slightly expensive over from Ishwar, but apart from that, the spinners were outstanding.
Yeah, it just brings into focus how important this knock was from Bharat Chipley. Again in the runs, 42 from 22, 6 fours and 2 sixes along the way. But at one point they were really struggling, the Spartans, and then down the back end of the innings got themselves a few bonus runs, but he was the sort of anchor in the middle, wasn't he, to just keep it ticking over.
I think safe to assume he's the top scorer right now in terms of runs in this tournament. 89, 47 in the opening match, 42 today, and both coming at a fair clip.
A star for your mathematics as well. He's not happy with that call.
Yeah, looking to stay out of the hitting arc of Kuldeep, who's also got some runs behind him. Second on that list, just 12 behind.
Yeah, there he is, sitting pretty up the top, 89 runs from his 2 innings. And it's not just the runs, it's the importance of them in the context of those games. Yes, they lost the first one, but they were struggling otherwise. Right on the toes, just clipped away nicely, uses the pace. And a much needed boundary.
Yeah, 11 thus far of this over with 1 ball still to come. What they really would love is another boundary, ideally a 6, but this is also good for the moment. So good all around the wicket. Just not very quick between the stumps. That's the only issue perhaps with Kuldeep, but otherwise it's like a fairly useful batter.
Again clipped away, but there is protection, so it'll just be a single 18, gone 119 for 5. So 160 for 8 is what the Spartans managed from their 20 overs, and it was runs down the back end that helped get them to that. But Chipley, his 42 from 22, really important. Now 119 for 5 after 18 here, so still need 42. Advancing down the pitch, showing that bit of intent, but again, can only skew it off an edge.
Yeah, how many do they want to leave for that last over? Technically, they could get 36, but that's not the maths that they will be banking on. At least got to try and chip it down to about 20 if they can.
Well, that'll take a chunk out of it. That is huge. What a noise it made off the bat as well. The crowd love it because it's their man, Power Negi.
And what he's done is almost preempt what Manan has been trying to do. Bowl it flat, a little bit round arm, and he stays deep in the crease and just rocks back and smacks it away. So now the onus is on the bowler. Now what do you do different, and what do I do different to respond to it? Because one thing's for sure, Negi is going to go for boundaries.
Edge going to race away. Doesn't matter how they come, it's still 4 of them.
31 away from victory, 30 away from a super over. But we are not going to bring those thoughts in just as yet. Useful result, and nothing that Rahul could do about that. Thick edge. Now what does Manan do? Does he change the angle, perhaps come over the wicket? He's pretty much come round the wicket, even to the left-handers.
Moved very, very early.
Yeah, a bit of a sheepish expression, not quite a smile, more of a grimace.
Again, saw him coming and just tossed it up that little bit fuller. Manan Sharma, smart bowling. 31 needed from 7.
Yeah, yet again, a great partnership between these two, but it's just looking like it's going to come in a losing cause. Who does Sreesanth go to for the final over? He has 1 over himself. Would be great to finish it off.
Advances. Again, there is protection. Just watching the bobble, and he's missed it. Goes for 4. 16 from the over, 19 gone, 135 for 5. The crowd are ready for some fireworks in the final over of this game tonight. Saturday night, party night. There's been huge crowds in today, and they've been treated to some really exciting cricket in the K Raza Legends League 4.0. And this was the last ball of the 19th over. And just that extra bit of bobble, just didn't get his body behind it. It's one of the things they teach you early on, isn't it? Get your body behind it, so even when your hands aren't there, body on the line.
Yeah, and a good fielder normally, Shoaib Khan, but just couldn't deal with that little bobble. Amit Verma, the leg spinner.
Yeah, interesting. Sreesanth, it looked like he was trying to tease us there. He was holding the ball, standing ready, but actually just doing his captain's duties. So they are going to continue with spin for the final over. Verma, he's only gone for 21 from his 3 so far. So 26 runs needed off the final 6. This has got to go to the boundary to really state some intent in this final over.
Yeah, he's got 3 boundary riders on the onside. He's got that deep square leg. He's got a deep mid wicket as well as a very wide long on. Now dropping extra cover into the boundary. Sreesanth there. There's also got long off. That's why the man at point has come into the ring. But he's going to go leg side if he can with the turn.
Well bowled. Brings up the 50 partnership. 50 from 44 deliveries and shared evenly between the two. But the partnership in vain if they can't get over the line. They need 25 off the last 5 balls. And it's the second time in a row these two have made a 50 partnership. So they've been crucial working together for this Tigers side already in this tournament.
Yeah, 64 back then in a winning cause. Over here, it's not over yet. But it's just a matter of 2 good balls here from Amit Verma.
Advances down the pitch. It's gone up very high. And it's gone long enough. 6, exactly what they needed.
Very much in it, and it's Kuldeep Hooda makes the difference, skips down the wicket, and now potentially 1-6 hit away himself from a mini landmark. But that's not what he's thinking. He's thinking about those 19 runs. He's working out the calculations there.
Yeah, well bowled. Wide enough this time from Manan Sharma. 19 needed from 3. Verma even, excuse me. 19 from 3. Just keep your foot behind the line. the captain there, Srisanth. Heart in mouth. This has been tidy bowling. Got hit for 6 in a great response from Verma. Dot ball. He can't believe it. Thinks he's missed out. Srisanth, he can't celebrate just yet. It's not over till it's over. Still 2 more deliveries to be bowled. This was really nicely done. Just straightened. 2 wide. 2 wide. Don't need to be doing that at this stage. Gone! Bowled him! Kuldeep looks to launch leg side. And Verma has his second and sends the destructive batter on his way. And that is almost all she wrote, folks. This one really out of the back of the hand, just straightened, kept low, and he was well through the shot before the ball got to him. Celebration from the captain. They're nearly home and dry and going to mark their first win in the K-Rasa Legends League 4.0. Kuldeep, he goes for 45, 143 for 6. Final delivery. Sumi finds the inside edge. It'll be a dot to end it. And in the end, it was all too easy for the Spartans. And they win it by 17 runs. They bag themselves their first win in the K-Rasa Legends League 4.0. Celebrations all around in the dugout for the Tigers. They've now played 2, won 1 and lost 1. But that 160 proving just too much. And again, the team chasing have failed to win the game. So far we've had 4 games and 4 matches in which the team batting first have put enough on the board to get themselves a win. But they're happy smiles there. And that man again, Bharat Chipley, has been sensational for this side so far in the tournament. The top run scorer in the tournament so far and has been key to getting them over the line today. Srisanth, the captain there, he'll be very happy with his side. But for Power Negi and the Tigers, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and get themselves back to winning ways after winning their opening match and losing here tonight against the Mumbai Spartans. Very happy looking side, smiles all around, especially Bharat Chipley, Srisanth and Manan Sharma there. They'll be pleased with their performance. Spartans winning it by 17 runs, convincing enough. So they'll be very happy with that. Bagging themselves their first win, so they are up and running in the tournament now. Batting first, they made 160 for 8 from their 20 overs. And just proved far too much in the end for the Spartans. For the Tigers in their chase, 17 runs. There he is, the Spartans captain, Srisanth. He's here for the celebrations, he's here for the enjoyment, but he's also here for the competition. He just loves playing in the K-Rasa Legends League. Manan Sharma and Power Negi, they see each other a lot, play against and with each other all around the world. And handshakes and appreciation of the opponents as they all shake hands down in front of us. Bharat Chipley again in the runs and played really well. Another day and more runs for Bharat Chipley. Celebrations for Srisanth, and they get their first points on the board. So a very happy Spartans side and a very happy Spartans dugout. They can celebrate now and start to focus on game number 3 because they're up and running in the tournament. So in the end, it's the Mumbai Spartans who win it by 17 runs. So celebrations here at the Indira Gandhi Stadium here in Haldwani. So happy man there, Srisanth. So the India Tigers, they just couldn't get going up top. 2 early wickets really put the wobbles on. Leverok, his 49 from 37, and Kuldeep 45 from 41. Looked like they could get them in it, but the bowlers did the business, shared the wickets around. 2 for Srisanth up the top, 2 for Verma, and they were economical, just the 10 extras as well. So 160 just proving far too much in the end for the Tigers. They came out, Leverok did his best, fell short by 17 runs. We're going to head for a short break and we'll be back with the post-match presentation.
हाँ सर, चेक कर लेता हूँ एक बार पहले। चेक।
Welcome along to the presentation ceremony for Match 4 of the Legends League Cricket Season 4. Legends League Cricket would like to thank all of its sponsors. Title sponsor K Rasa, travel experience partner Ease My Trip, official streaming partner FanCode, official licensing partner Blue God Entertainment, pouring partner Thumbs Up, and hospital partner Chandan Hospital Haldwani. Thank you all for your support. Now I have alongside me in the presentation party Mr. Sumit Hridesh, who's MLA from Haldwani. Welcome, sir. And if you can do the honors of announcing the legend of the match and presenting the trophy to the legend of the match, Bharat Chipley from the Mumbai Spartans.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bharat, come along if you can for a chat. Outstanding innings today. 42 from 22 balls, following up from his 47 in the first match. Now the top scorer in this season of Legends League Cricket. Bharat, what are you doing right in both innings? What has gone well?
I got to know that medium paces
slightly easier to hit, so I targeted them, and it worked out. Had to plan the innings. It's not easy to hit the spinners, as we've seen. It's turning a lot and not much bounce. So I tried to capitalize the power play, which worked. Had that belief.
Is there a specific brief that you go on into the pitch with, or do you want to play a longer innings maybe next time?
Longer innings, obviously, but sometimes when you're batting first T20, you have to be mindful of the fact that you're batting first and you don't know what's a good total. You have to score runs as soon as possible. So that is my intention. When you're chasing, at least you'll know what the target is and you can plan. But batting first is always have to have the aggressive intent.
It's been very entertaining, and carry on the good work. See you soon next time as well.
Thank you so much.
That was Bharat Chipley, the player of the match, the legend of the match. And now we have the legend himself, the captain of the Mumbai Spartans, Shrikant.
Thank you.
First of all, a word for this crowd. They've gone absolutely bonkers for you every
यार
time.
बहुत धन्यवाद यार, बहुत अच्छा लगा यार, superb. Thank you हल्द्वानी crowd, आपका MLA भी इधर थे, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. Thank you Raman bhai and Vivek bhai also, and thanks to my entire team also, you know, and a huge thanks to Walton for turning up and taking those beautiful catches. And the plan of having those slip was his idea. So Walton, thank you.
Well, we'll come to those that over on those wickets, but the way that you finished the innings, that must have given a lot of enthusiasm to the team. And that 6, wow, talk us through that.
God's been kind here. I just want to say Jai Shri Ram, because whatever is happening is all God's plan, and our team needed this win. And obviously there was not much score, but then thanks to the a few batters who scored those, I was fortunate to get that 6. I had a sick feeling that he might end up bowling a slow ball, so I just went for it at Tajurba. So, but I have to give the entire credit to Bharat and the entire team, because they all played well. And the most important was taking those crucial catches. Yes, there was misfields, the ground slightly, but no complaints to the groundsman. Again, I'm telling you today, hats off to the groundsman.
Thank you so much, and many congratulations once again for the win. That's it from the presentation ceremony.
Happy captain, finally up and running in the tournament. Good news, more cricket coming your way tomorrow from the K Raza Legends League. Match number 5, the Connaught Sirius Odisha taking on the Royals Riders Punjab, and that will be here again tomorrow night at the Indira Gandhi Stadium here in Haldwani. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to welcome you again tomorrow. Easy as you like.
Back-to-back sixes now. Ah, wonderful. It seems like the wickets are falling by heaps.
The bat